It's fine. We're just talking about, hot tubs.
Just normal hot tub conversation.
The hot tub meta for Twitch.
Mhm.
What do you think, guys? Do you think it's a fair evolution for this channel to become a hot tub channel?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Leave your
I have a
comments
hot
in
Guys
tub.
can be in their hot tub while playing
Next time.
TNT.
Ooh.
I
It's
have
not a
hot
bad
tub.
idea.
Do this.
See, the
I
thing is,
would
we
watch
all
that.
have to be rich, or
Well, it depends on which.
Or
one. If
staying
I'm
in
the
a
hot tub,
hotel.
Of course, I'm watching. You're in the hot tub. Maybe I will skip that episode.
I would
Listen.
watch Lando in a hot tub.
Party at my place.
We
man.
all
I've got a
should
hot
do
tub.
it.
Come on. Y'all invited?
Wait, are y'all vaccinated? Are we safe here?
Not
Yeah,
really,
Fuck around
but
Rona.
yep, no Rona.
but I'm also considered human, so I cannot. I'm a dog. I cannot.
You're a duck.
I cannot have a.
Ah.
No, I'm not contagious.
Oh,
Wow.
Kykelius, spreading out the love.
Cornelius, dude.
Thank you,
Aw.
Kyle.
Kyle, you're all gross. Except
Yep.
for me.
Our wonderful
I think
player
gross.
Baltor is unfortunately working today. So he is going to
Yes!
Gonna be
R.I.P.
Miss-
I mean,
Balmir, that means that
at least
I'm gonna
pretend to be sad,
you
Balmir. Yeah, someone
Right.
has to be
Yeah,
mean
Balmir-
to Balmir.
no, see, the thing is, we can pick on him how much we ever want, and he can't do shit about it.
Well,
Since
not
since
like
he's not here,
not
I
like
will
we
take
didn't do it
over
before.
and I'll call Balmir short and gross all session. That's just for him.
I'm taller than him.
Balmir short
like
gross.
a half of an inch taller, but yeah.
Sure goes. I was no way coerced or forced against my will to say.
I'm waiting
We-
for the moment.
we
where
believe
the-
you.
the
We
height
believe you.
competition-
With all of our hearts,
I imagine with a
Heart.
I trust you with every
The
fiber
weapon
of my
in the head.
being.
yes, I'm not being coerced to say that Valmir is disgusting. Can I go home, please?
It's-
I miss my mom.
It's not a daily quest or anything.
Wait, is it actually a daily quest?
Look at one. Look at
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Okay, then I have to do it.
You guys-
I can say it.
you guys are
Valmir,
all-
you're disgusting,
You guys are all champions.
and you're slightly shorter than Valtor. And probably everything is shorter in you than Valtor.
I'm definitely
what
a
I
cleric still, so.
Yeah.
I do want that 25 XP, though.
Hashtag
Or
Right?
go back to work. I love-
Self-deprecating humor.
I love the dedication, Magnum. You're like, I
I'm
gotta get my
short and
XP. I'm going in, saying Balmir's short and gross, and dipping. I love it.
Okay. So, guys, thank you for
thank
coming.
you, Kyle,
and-
for gifting a sub. And
Snowflake
welcome,
boy, look at that.
welcome to the. We have to come up with a name, like for our community.
Like
It's-
the allies.
like
A nerdy for the
like there's
allies.
one
Allies.
there's one Twitch. He's like his, I think his last name is like Lobo or something like that. But he calls his community the Wolf Pack, and I think that's pretty
Aw.
cool.
That's so fucking edgy, though.
We
It
call
is,
ours
but-
the alley cats.
The alley.
The
Alley cat. I like that.
I don't dislike that actually.
I don't. I don't
I
actually
kinda
hate
like
that.
it.
Alright,
See?
alright, Snowflake Boy. Welcome to the Alley Cats.
Woo!
Yay! And
Yeah.
now
We'll-
we're gonna
we'll-
start singing.
We'll roll with that until we come up with something better,
We are
which we probably
super
won't.
fierce. We will show it.
Nerds. I mean, we are nerds, but ally cats. I mean, that's
And thanks for the
That's
bits,
a ring to
Magnum.
it.
Thank you. I know, I'm great.
You are. I was gonna
Okay,
say I was gonna say
see
a
ya
gentleman
later.
and a scholar, but I would that'd be assuming your gender, and that'd be wrong. Or your pronouns. That'd be wrong.
Gentle-
You're a gentle person and
You are a great person
No, a scholar.
and a
slightly
scholar.
less than average.
It's
What's up?
babies
No.
and gentle thems.
Mm.
Anyway,
Gentle thems.
Mhm.
That's not bad.
sweet.
And
Is
I'm
it
the
I like it.
scholar here. Thank you very much. And I feel-
So, are we doing a last time on D&D?
I think we
Yes.
should. It was,
So,
it was
am I
pretty
known?
great.
Halsey.
Oh, back with the hat again. Okay.
so. we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
had
start.
to
Yeah.
show
So,
Liliana that I'm a scholar as
apparently-
well.
It's not a
Ah.
sailor hat. Apparently, everyone in Sweden just wears that in graduation.
This
because
is what we wear for graduation.
Apparently, the
What
whole
people wear
the
for
whole
graduation.
country has a
Whole sailor
navy
thing.
fetish or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. We'll let the
How
chat
could-
decide.
Yeah.
Is it a
Wait.
sailor hat or
No,
Is
you know
it
what it
Sweden
is? You know these
landlocked?
Halloween costumes that you get when
I'll
you're like a
send you.
little child and you want to be like your dad, but you actually don't know exactly what your dad was doing.
Right. You
And
don't know what his job really is, so
yeah, it's not like
I
he's
mean, hey,
trafficking with
if I put
anything.
on some aviators, I'd just be like a pilot.
I mean, yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
sure. I mean, I wouldn't let a 3-year-old pilot my airplane, but sure, you can certainly try.
You know those little airplane toy things that they have like in front of stores where it just like goes up like this? That's what I imagine you piloting. Just one of them.
But
All
I
right,
don't know if you
do
know,
you
but
guys like this
Anthony's like
better?
now you look like a villain, like in a really bad cartoon.
Yeah, like a Bond villain. That's
Yeah,
what it
no, I'm the
is.
Yeah,
full
yeah,
See,
bundle.
that's what I said.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr.
Welcome to
Bond.
my lair, Mr. Bond. That's
Yeah.
a accent.
That's an accent choice. That
That's
is
an
Yeah, it was a
accent and
choice.
Look at the dust here, though.
choices.
Oh wait. All
I was
right.
gonna say, is that what like Swedish
Wait,
people wear
you got
at their
an
uni
upgraded one.
graduation?
What is that? There's two.
What?
I was reading the chat. I wasn't even paying attention. You have a
It's for
second
the
hat.
musical number. It's for the villain song. Now he's gonna start singing when he puts that on.
Oh, the hat.
You know, see,
Okay.
it's like a villain story. This, you know, when I'm a young kid, and this is what I put on when I become the villain. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I still a
Obviously,
young kid.
That
but
looks
villain.
like you're gonna commit genocide. Like that's what that reminds me of. Like that's
That's
like
so
I
true.
will
Why?
I will make
I mean,
dominate the world and kill all the people.
it's
Hmm.
black, yellow,
It's got kinda-
golden,
it's got
and
Nazi
red. That's like
vibes.
villain colors at
What?
maximum. It's like
Are you guys
this
blind? Look at
green.
this. Do you see that?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
It was too
The
far
red
away.
star and everything too.
Wow,
Not helping
wow.
the case.
Actually,
Ooh.
that's
thank you, comrade.
that's our
This
hat.
community.
That's our hat.
Ew.
Yay. Our hat.
This is our villain story.
This is our.
The hunters are just
Well-
villains. The hunters are the
Yeah,
bad
that
guys
is
the whole
why we're
time.
here today.
Then, since we're all together into this, I think that you won't have any problems, Anton, telling people what we did last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, last episode we started off by speaking to some fae folk, trying to start a tavern in the middle of fucking nowhere.
It
So we
was
sent
pretty
them
more like a
off.
resort. Yes.
Sure,
but we can
a
continue,
B&B.
Yes, B&B. Badger and beavers. Or beavers and badgers. I don't remember.
I liked R&B better.
Well, we sent them back to Delver Stream. Hopefully they make it there alive. But if
We're
they
totally
do,
not lost.
well, anyway, then we went off to the plains. We made our way to the village, which was under attack by something wares. What were they called?
Aye. So sorry.
Jackal-wares, I believe.
Jackal wares. We fought them off, killed all but one, cut its hand off. But now Liliana has a new pet. That's about it.
To be clear, the hand was cut off in the midst of battle, not as like an extra
What's your
thing.
method?
No.
Was it?
No, it
That's
was.
what they
Didn't
want you to
totally
believe.
do it to teach him a lesson or anything.
Definitely
No.
a souvenir type
I
deal
mean, not that we
there.
wouldn't do it if that's what it came to, but we didn't have to exercise that option
Yet.
Yeah.
yet.
Still got one more hand.
All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good synopsis of what we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Before starting, so we can start to getting into character and all of that. Valmir, you already made your synopsis, so make me a little explanation of how is your character feeling right now. What is crossing through their minds? So let's start with Liliana.
Oh, Kyle, thanks for the bits.
Oh, thanks for the bits, Kyle.
Thanks for the bits, and I do agree.
Get back to work, Kyle.
Sure.
Get back to work.
Well,
Well,
shut up.
Liliana feels she feels pretty good right now because she has a pet servant that she gets to boss around, which is, being in the place of power, being in the place of, dignified power is definitely her position of favorite. And she has a slave now that seems to be let's see, I would say that they value their life is what I'll say. And
You?
that feels nice
Yeah.
because that means they're going to listen to me and do whatever I want.
Does
Uh,
Liliana value life though? Come on.
Of course she does.
In some way,
As a cleric, she obviously values life.
after
Obviously.
death.
Right.
Yeah, why wouldn't
Fine.
she value life?
Well,
What kind of
we
weird
don't say
question
that
is
here.
that?
Yeah. Not a necromancer. Who said anything about necromancy?
No one's what?
Me.
What?
I would never. Who?
Because I don't have the spell
Yes.
yet.
Yeah,
Right.
I would never because I don't have that magic yet.
Keep his hand. Keep his hand bones.
Ooh, I should make a necklace out of his hand. Just to
Ooh.
You should
remind him.
totally
It
do
is
that.
laying around like in the middle
Yeah.
of the ground.
Yeah,
Also,
Liliana's
remember,
gonna make a
Liliana, that
necklace
you've
out of
been
his hand.
you were beaten pretty hard, if I recall correctly, by a hyena.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna take this one's hand and wear it as a necklace to remind him that you fucks with me, I'm gonna fucks with you. So
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
and
So-
really Liliana just wants to get this done and over with so she can go back to town and talk to that salacious woman that she was talking to that she enjoys the pleasure of so much.
Don't we all enjoy her when she's
Yeah.
around? And then when she's out, we kind of scare her.
Mhm.
Yeah. Simon Queens, woo! So, Duraxis, how was your first battle?
Yeah, it was quite good. I was kind of nervous there a little bit towards the end when we had those jackal wares kind of charging up on me. I really prefer to keep my distance from people, but they were quite eager to come say hi. Where we disposed of them. But yeah, these are. Yeah. What's going on?
Lost him.
Oh.
He got bored.
He died.
He's going out to play
He's
golf.
like, there is such a boring, thing you're saying that I just hate it so much.
Oh, are we all?
Oh, we're back.
Kind of.
I think.
Oh no.
Hey, we're still in the right positions at least.
This
Yep.
is
Yeah.
correct.
Just
Like,
gonna do some
He's
dancing.
just trying to exercise his power, and just be like, hey, you see, in the middle of you talking, I could just disappear, and make you stop what you're saying because I hate you.
I was not paying attention.
Hey, I at least can do two things at
So
once. I
rude.
was paying attention.
I was not. I'll be honest.
I'm
I wasn't
sorry,
paying attention.
Duraxis. We love you.
That is so rude.
I was
my
on the whole not a
Makes
necromancer.
cry.
my feelings are quite hurt, actually.
Aw. Relic's just gonna go over and pat him on the head. They're there.
Okay, really seriously, what happened to
Try
Guillermo?
listening more often.
His internet said bye, apparently.
Did you message him?
Yeet.
We're in the right positions
Yeah.
at least. We can just keep going.
He's gonna try and be back.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I can tell my side of the story, too. And he's gone again. It's fun.
And now we're gonna be fucked up. Oh, no, there we go. It's fine.
Is he back? So,
his mom
Relic...
was like, no, get off there.
Yeah.
Don't talk to them.
Quit talking to them.
I don't know why his mom sounds like a smoker, but
Whack a day, that's what it is.
She's Spanish.
Hey, Guillermo. Get off that dang
quit playing with those kids. I told you not to play with them anymore.
She's
Dungeons
standing
and
at his doorway
Dragons.
with a chancla in her hand,
Yeah,
threatening him.
that's just how it be.
Just how it would be
Chancla is
sometimes.
Scary.
It do be like that, though.
Yeah.
So I say that if Guillermo doesn't answer us in the next 10 seconds, then we all find 100 gold on the ground.
Oh,
I think that
yeah,
should be
yeah, yeah.
canon.
Oh, I think that's actually a
Except
great
for
idea.
Baltar.
Except
Except for
for
Baltor, because he's not here.
Not here.
he's narcoleptic. He
Right.
Did I say? I feel like I
It's-
said that wrong.
You
Yeah,
took
no,
maniac.
that's right. Yeah,
Graduation.
narcolepsy. He fell
Oh.
asleep.
I'm
Yeah.
exempt from doing
My-
push-ups.
Internet is working. I don't.
Don't get what's up.
Hmm. Might need to
Thanks.
I was
computer.
Thank
totally
you,
not forced to tell
Viptuki.
Balmir a short gross.
Yeah.
We believe you with every fiber of our being, Viptuki.
Listen, all these people are like, sorry, I don't intend it, but I think they intend it. Come on.
Yeah, how can you not? How can
Right.
you not? How can you not
Balmir
participate
isn't
in a
a-
targeted
Oh, look,
and
see that,
slanderous
guys?
attack of our player?
There's 100
Right?
gold on the ground for each one of us.
What?
Oh,
Oh, hell
Hallelujah.
yeah.
What? I'm actually gonna
Aw.
add it to my character? What?
What? Yeah, 100
doing
gold
it.
in
I'm
I
little
have
delicate
gold
piles. You found the
What
staff of the
happened while I
Magi.
was gone?
Oh, he's back! We
I'm
just got
back.
100
We
gold.
we each found
Oh, we just got
a
100 gold.
legendary
That's crazy.
item of our choice on the ground,
Yeah.
just in the dirt.
Yeah, take it. You don't have the balls to do it.
Oh,
Take that
God,
item.
yeah.
Wait,
He's gonna
Jokes
kill
on
us
you.
somehow.
I don't have balls.
Oh, well,
You don't
yes,
have
but
the
in another
ovaries.
way, you have more balls that they can be fertilized. I mean, never mind.
all right.
So yeah, sorry guys, I don't know what happened, but Discord said bye. But I'm
Right.
back now.
Nah, dog.
So, Juraxis told me about his experiences. Also, Liliana. I think Relic is the only one that's left for that.
Yes. After, overheating and completely shutting down a little bit mid-battle, Relic's just really curious as to why Liliana ran headfirst into battle while he was trying to, get all of the hate and attacks on him. So might talk to her about that later. But he's feeling better now.
Listen.
What?
She's not gonna listen.
He's not gonna listen. She never does. It's
Spoiler
okay.
alert.
Sounds about right.
I haven't totally died every time we've gone into battle. That's
I don't know what
totally
happens with you, but I have a weird obsession with critiquing you.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
And
You're obsessed with
destroying
Guillermo.
you.
I get it. It's
Why
It's
fine.
just-
is obsessed
cleric
with me?
things.
Why are you so obsessed?
I thought you said critiquing, and I'm like, when?
Oh.
And then,
Like
No.
critical hit.
yeah, no,
critiquing.
I realized it after, and I was like,
Critical
oh, yeah.
hitting you. So yeah, let's go back. So after the battle that has that you've been battling in, sorry for not paying another expression, you find a moment of peace and look around you and see that the fires have perished. They've extinguished the fires, though the smoke is still fuming and raising
Yeah.
in the air. And
Thank you,
can
Kilius. That
He's
we know
trying
who
to catch up.
he's trying to flex. Oh,
thanks.
Oh no.
1,000 push-up or 1,000
Would you please
points.
do that when
He's-
I'm
I don't-
not
1,000 push-ups. Oh my
narrating?
God.
I'm not
Balmir!
here.
Balmir, hey.
You
Come
have
on,
never done
Amon.
one of those.
I don't think he's done them.
I-
No.
I had a lot to drink last night. I'm gonna throw up. Do I have to do
Yeah,
it right
I'm
now? Can we
glad
try at the end
drink,
of the
not the
game
lack
to
of
not like
exercise.
fucking?
You got rickety wrecked last night. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I graduated a few days ago. That's how I've been spending the days. I can't really
Just
angle
day
as
drinking.
well. As you can see, I'm wearing cargo pants with a suit.
Yep.
Your pants
That's
You're
out
bleeding
loud.
better.
Did you tie your pants?
What?
Did you tie your pants, or was that another thing what I saw?
Ooh.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna take this shit off.
You
Here, let
gotta
me
count
see
'em
my-
out.
Quit making
Oh.
excuses.
We can see a
Kylenius wants
strand of
it done.
hair. We can see.
Can you see?
Ugh.
Can you see me a little bit at least?
No.
See the
Wow.
top of your head. That's what matters.
no.
That's your most
I can see your
redeeming
head,
quality.
yeah.
All right, that's good enough.
Best feature.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right, that works.
That's not a bad best feature. Actually. All right,
Count them out loud.
1,
2,
2,
Yes.
3,
Grace.
4,
Cuatro.
5,
5,
Hey.
6,
Yeah.
8,
9.
9, 10. I don't know more
He's
languages.
lying.
I can't remember how to count in Japanese, so
Ichi, ni, san, chi, go,
Cautious people
roku.
making con saves during.
10,
Nah.
1, 3, 17,
8.5.
and 8.5.
I lost count. Start again.
Chicken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we lost count. You gotta start over.
Yeah. Relic lost count, so we had to start over because
Relic lost
Another
count.
one. And another one.
Where am I at?
I have no
Like-
idea.
Teacup.
you
3 or something like
oversized
that.
football.
Teacup.
That's so
Yeah.
mean.
Half,
Uses
maybe.
you oversized
Oh,
football.
Taz is here. Hey, Taz.
That's so mean. Hey, we don't body shame here at Player Allies. Okay.
A little bit of trolling.
We lost count.
I
Do
mean, I
them
think you
better
captured your
again.
essence.
Gotta do
Yeah,
them again.
14. That looks like
Uh,
the most exercise you've gotten in like, I don't know, a year since the plague.
Ever?
Ever.
When was the last time you worked out? Be honest.
Let's be
Me,
honest.
Calling you out
Definitely.
right now.
Definitely before the pandemic for me, for sure.
Yeah. Oh man.
There's just a lot of things
other-
that you just like. It's like I don't care about that anymore right now. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. So
Hello,
while you catch your
welcome
breath,
back.
let's go.
Wait for Anton to catch his breath.
And
Well,
we're back.
The fires have extinguished, though the smoke is still in the air, and you can. It is difficult to breathe. You can see as even though the smoke is starting to dissipate a little bit as it is flying out in the air and leaving the zone, you can still feel and smell this smoky, all these particles going around. You can see with all this battle, also all the dust that was around also make it difficult to actually breathe. And it's almost like a moment of silence that you can almost hear, like just the sound of the wind blowing. When after a few seconds, a scream fills the air. A scream of pure pain and grief sounds, and you hear a woman say, "It's okay, it's okay. You don't have to go there. Come on, come on. You don't have to do that. Come with me. I know, Colby, I know. We will miss her too, but she was a brave woman, okay? Come on. Walk with your dad. We will be back, okay?" And as you go out of the battle and you start to be again seeing what is around you, and you don't only see enemies, you see as the ground and all around town, it's filled with cadavers of those people that were assassinated by this jackal were. Men, women from different races, elves, dwarvish, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It seems like this camp it's filled with different races, all of them typical races for merchantry that are living together.
Are there
And
any?
now,
Are there any jackalware bodies or anything around?
Besides the ones we killed?
Aside the ones you killed, you see that there are some jackalware's bodies also. It seems
So
you
there
can
was.
see that they were not really well equipped. You see
There
that
was
the
some
wounds that they
resistance,
have
though.
it's from pitchforks and typical knives and other type of tools that you would find in this type of town, but they don't seem to have any type of guards or defense mechanism aside of, well, they're people trying to do their best for their lives. And with that, you see as this dwarvish woman, even is quite small, even for a dwarvish woman, but quite not buff, but you can see that she
Wide.
Yeah, she's quite wide. Approaches you, almost. You can see she was steering a while ago, and you recognize the voice, and she was the one that was talking to that kid. Are you okay, guys?
We'll be alright. How's everyone in the village?
Yeah,
You have anyone hurt?
we're fine.
Well, takes a look around. We do have some. Well, it's not a great day. But if
We'll
you're
try to help out as well as we can. We have a pretty good cleric with us.
Where? Oh, right. Yes.
And as it looks at you, you? No, you cannot heal anyone in your state. You have to take a rest. Have you seen yourself? And as you take a look at yourself after battle, you see as your wrist has been punctured by this hyena, and you can now start feeling the pain in your chest of the bite, and you can see as you were bleeding quite a lot. Thank you very much for what you did, guys, but it's enough. You need to rest. We'll be fine. And then takes a look around and sees the jackal where the you have captured. And Ernest, are you alright? Did they do that to you? As she's signaling the severed hand. And Ernest looks at you, like trying to find a confirmation as if he can speak or not. He's looking at you, Liliana, concretely, since you're her master now, I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
you may speak.
sorry for those of you, the jackalware could shape change. Essentially,
Yeah, jackalwares can
what
change
he-
between human, jackal, and hybrid form.
what he claimed is that he was in among the people and was rehabilitated, but then when the attack happened, he joined in because he didn't have an option. So what we had said before was to have him go back to his original form to see if, at the very least, he was, with these people and had some kind of like actual relationship with people right now. So yeah.
Yes, Saga, I'm fine, thanks. Well, it caught me out of guard a little bit, but I'm fine. I hope everyone is okay, and I'm so sorry for Colby. Kara was a brave woman. I know. Well, so guys, thanks for your help, but
Oh my gosh.
what
We got another
happened?
push-ups.
Oh no. Why can't we have a little moment?
No, he hates me. Gosh dang
Relic
it.
with
You have a rival. You have a rival.
Ah,
Aw.
I'm doing 10 now and 10 later, just so we can get on with the story.
10 now, 10 later.
No. I had to do the full
20.
thing.
Yeah, just go for it.
Listen, I'm still sore from last time. I'll have you know.
Yeah, I mean, to
That
be
was
perfectly
2 days ago.
honest, I would have a hard time trying to do 20 all at once too.
If
I can do
anybody
10 pretty
makes me do
easily.
push-ups, just so you know, I'm doing it girly style because
That's
can't do regular
totally
push-ups.
fair.
Because I have little Barbie arms. I have no.
If anyone in the cast makes me do
Okay.
push-up, I can make you do like 100 push-up right here. So
Oh,
don't you fucking
Yeah.
dare.
Yeah.
huh.
I'll continue
I am-
them after we're done with.
I'm
I-
leaving the
people.
server if you
I
make me
mean-
do that.
I mean, same. I got about 10,000 points. So
I have a billion points.
I
you
could
enjoy
kill
that?
you!
Just a reminder.
rubbing
So
salt
that
in
you
it,
don't
Taza.
forget that you have to do more push-ups. I'm gonna set a fucking reminder right now.
Do it. Go ahead.
I very
in
much
20
doubt that
minutes, you have
Taza
to
will
do-
forget.
Oh,
Listen.
God.
Taza, are you doing the battle royale tomorrow? Because if you are, man, you are dead first round. That's.
Oh man,
okay.
I love this rivalry. It's so good.
Excellent.
Excellent.
All right.
Alright. So, the dwarvish woman seems to be named Saga, for what Ernest said. Ernest seems to be the jackal where. There's
So
a hello to you again.
what was the name that he called him? That he was called?
He was called Ernest. She is called Saga.
Ernest,
with two
okay.
Gs. Well, Saga Gret is the full name, but you will hear about that later. And she looks at you again, and it's okay. So first of all, honey, you need to get this treated. Go near the river, and I will send one of my women to help you with your
That's
wounds.
okay. We'll take care of this one. He's a friend of ours.
Oh, did you know each other? He was living here for a while. He wasn't really well off, so we offered him our generosity. And I'm so glad that now that you weren't hurt, on this not as much, you're at least alive. Yes, thank you very much, Saga. And he looks at you, make an insight check, Liliana, as Ernest looks at you again.
Bum, bum, ba, da, dum, bum, bum.
Can Daraxis make an insight check because he's watching him like a freaking hawk?
Ooh.
With
I
disadvantage
do it too?
because
'Cause-
it's more difficult to see.
Sure.
You sense, you really think he's really ashamed of what has happened.
Yes, you guys were so kind as to show Ernest here your
You would say
generosity.
he's ashamed.
Daraxis knows more than I.
No, I was a disadvantage, so it was a 6.
All right. And now it is our turn to show Ernest our generosity.
Well, you've done enough. You protected him. You don't have to do anything else, really. Okay. Let me find some of my. Sorry, I have a lot of
All the tabs.
windows. Yeah, all the tabs. All right. Istora, Conal, Casper, come here. And as you see, different people coming. An elf woman. No, let me see again. It is an elf man, a half-elf woman, and a humanist and a human male coming to you, and they offer you some treatment, and they seem to be quite receptive to whatever they say to you. Whatever you want, you can tell them, and if you need my help, I will be helping my people over here for a while, and then, well, I hope when we get everything ready, we can have a proper introduction and a proper, well, thanks to you, a proper thank you to you. So, I'll be back, okay? And thank you very much, guys, for what you've done. All right.
Thank you.
And you see as the Dervish woman starts to just going around and talking to different people, and they start mobilizing, and you see as the crops have been destroying, a lot of them, and they start to work on that, and also the houses that has been burned down, they start working on that. And the woman, the half-elf woman, Istora, looks at you and is, well, do you need anything, guys? Thanks again, as Sagra said, for what you've done for us. Who knows what this Jackalberg could have done if not for your help.
Should we take a rest?
Yes, well, our house is not really big, but I think that Saga has some left space in her home. I don't think she's gonna mind. You wanna come with us? We can give you a place to sleep, or at least rest a little bit. And for you, what's your name, dear? As she's looking at you, Liliana.
Lily.
Do you want some help with your wounds? We can go to the river and at least, do some bandages or something. This hyena can leave some nasty wounds. I hope you don't have any broken bone.
I hope so either.
You probably for what you've feeling yourself, you probably you have some broken bones.
Yeah, at first Lily's gonna try and act tough, and she's like, "No, thank you. I'm actually quite okay." And she goes to take a step, and she can feel kind of like her broken ribs, and she kind of shudders a little bit and catches herself. And just
do you try to mask it if nothing happened, or you don't mind showing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to mask it. Like,
try to make me a performance check then, and let's see how well you can mask your pain.
Insight check.
Hey!
I mean, in order not to do 1,000.
Ball in your nose.
22.
They know you, and they know you want to act tough, and you did put a really good facade as if you were okay, and all of the NPCs are really believing that. However, Relic, Draxis, you don't know, it's a je ne sais quoi, you don't know exactly what's wrong, but you're not really that good at human emotions yet, you're still trying to get used to them, so you're not really sure.
I know something's wrong, I don't know what.
Exactly, it's like something's wrong.
Just wasn't
he
really
doesn't sound
attention.
the same. Yeah, Draxis wasn't really paying attention, there's a lot going on.
I'm really focused on Ernest.
Jackalware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't trust that bastard.
You know her, Valmir, and you know that she's really hurt. But she's making a really good facade in order to... Okay, I'm glad you're okay then. I will leave it to yourself. Well, follow me, guys, if you want to take a rest. And Ernest, are you gonna go with them? Looks at you. Yes, I guess so.
Does this place have any town guards or anything? What kind of defenses do you have? I only see a handful of dead jackals. It seems like they're very they caught you unawares.
Oh, you see as the elvish man actually starts talking, whose name is Conal. Looks at you. I'm afraid we don't have many defenses here. In Dashbury, we are just here trying to get away from mercenaries' way of living, and we're not really worried about guards.
So I'm
I guess
guessing
that-
that nothing like this has happened before.
We have some incidents, but never as one as this one. I mean, we knew that the hissing fields were quite dangerous, but well, I guess we were a little. I'm trying to find the word. When you're naive, we're maybe a little naive, thinking that nothing was gonna happen.
Yeah. Do you
Oh well,
do you have any contacts in the city that you could call for aid and get some guards here?
looks at you. You're not around. You're not from around, isn't it?
No, we're not around here.
Yeah. Those who don't live in, those who live in Dashbury, for example, and other camps around, we're called dissidents. We try not to have any contact to merchantry. We don't like the way of living, and we don't want to do anything with them. So no, we don't have any contact,
Well,
and we are not planning on having it.
I suggest you do. If we hadn't come here, I'd hate to think that we'd come into a ghost town. If we had come even just a wee bit later, I'd consider maybe changing your position on that, or at least figuring out some kind of defenses, because I doubt that this is all of them.
Well, the human man starts talking, Casper. We will try to find solutions, but it's not going to be with the help of merchantry. Of that we're sure.
Well, it's your decision.
Hopefully,
but
we can find something to do. And we've been here living for years and nothing happened. I hope it's not going to be like that many more times, but well, I guess we'll have to reconsider our way of living a little bit.
Oh yeah,
But well,
definitely would.
you need to rest, guys. Follow me. We'll go to Saga house. Relic, you can make an insight check for them. And Valmir, what do you want to say?
What were the spiky sheep called again?
Ooh, nat 20. Heck yeah.
Plated wallets.
for what?
All right. Before
Oh, investigation.
whatever you want to say, Valmir. Relic, what do you know? They are really looking funny at you in the sense that they have probably never seen something like you, but they're really trying to be polite. And you can almost see in their minds the question, what are you or who are you? You know they want to know, but they know it's not the moment, but you can see this look that you've seen this look before. You know what's going on.
Please do not be afraid. If you need help, I can move some rubble and help find survivors while they rest.
Well, you'll need to rest too. No problem. Sorry. We just didn't know exactly who you are, but we don't care. You have to take a rest too. You've been fighting. We saw you out there, and you've been receiving some
Thanks,
good
Chasing
tips. I get that
Dreams.
your armor protects.
Thanks for the bits.
Thanks for the bits.
Really, it is not too much. If you need help moving rubble, I do not need the rest.
I mean, if you say so. Yes, sure. Then you can go with Conan. Conan? Casper. Sorry, it's Connell and Casper. I'm mixing names. You can go with Casper. He probably will be helping with that. Yeah, come with me.
All right.
So, how should I call you?
Please call me Relic. That is what my
Pleasure.
friends call me.
Pleasure, Relic. I'm Casper. Well,
And I shake his hand a little bit too rough because I don't know, like.
make me a strength check.
You haven't figured out the
he
correct
He will
calibration.
do one to like
Right, I
trying
haven't-
to. You see that he wants to be a strong man too.
Right. Okay. 12.
12. Let me see. Oh, well, with a crit fail, you can see as he's starting to tear up. Yeah, pleasure.
Okay.
You can. Yeah.
Sorry.
You're strong. You're gonna be useful for that. Let's go.
All right, and I just like follow him along.
All right, Valmir, wanted to say something about the wallots?
Well, I was just gonna ask, like, when we get settled down,
Excuse me. We're looking for the plated warlock wallets. Do you know where we might find them?
I've never seen them in summer. They must be somewhere around the fishing fields, but certainly not around the river.
How about you, Ernest? Do you know about anything about the plated wallets?
Yes, I know where they can be. I've been traveling through this place for a while before I found Dashbury.
Yeah.
Can I make an insight check on that? If Self is just saying that
Yeah,
to
I don't trust a
be alive.
freaking word he's
Sure,
saying.
you can make an insight check. You
I'm really
you
kind
don't
of poor
think he?
today.
I mean, you really don't believe him most of the time, but
That's true.
he never done anything to. At least I don't know if one of you got a nice insight check and any time on the other session.
We
But
did.
you
I
think
think
he's
I
being
got a good
honest?
one on the other guy, but I still have
Hmm.
not got a good read on him yet in terms of roles.
You really think he's being honest? At least he does sound honest. I mean, it's obviously sounds suspicious, the circumstances, but at least sounds really honest to you. I don't know where they are. They are quite far away from here, though. Okay, we'll talk about this later. Come to Saga's house, and then you can take a rest, and we can talk as much as you want. Maybe some of people in the village knows too, and we can, well, compare the information that we know with Ernest. All right, and you see as Dewsbury is quite a small village. As you go around, you can see also that relic. It seems to be really concerned or really focused on growing their own vegetables and their own farms. You can see some animals, but they're mostly chickens and animals that are not really big. But it's mostly a farming village. And you don't have to go for too long, guys, until you go to Saga's house, which is, you see as it's the same size as anybody else's, even though she is looking like she has some type of responsibilities over the town or some type of bigger charge than the other guys. And she does look to have a really modest house as anyone else's. And make me a perception check. Not really difficult, but just if you're paying attention at your surroundings.
I want to make one too.
Sure.
I really want to get a good, like, while I'm helping, like, fix up the town a little bit, I really want to get, like, a good head count and, like, see their defenses and all of their buildings and everything.
Yep.
All right. So for perception, seems that everyone is looking really closely. So, a specific question about defenses, almost non-existent. You can see as they are quite open. They don't have any type of walls surrounding the town. They don't have anything. They just a town in the middle of the hissing fields around the river. And also, what do you all realize too is that the houses, they do have a similar structure to them that is quite simple to construct. You see that there are probably not many good architects or constructors around here, but they all have like this little personalization to them. It's like each house has some personality itself. It seems like people really don't have a code of how the houses should be, but they do it their own. And you can see that, for example, Saga's house, it's quite colorful. It has a lot of colors, a lot of blues, a lot of greens around it that does not match with the houses around whatsoever. You can see it's quite, not the nicest, but in some way it's quite charming seeing that they all have their own personalities in their house and their homes have different ways of presenting. But yeah, when it comes to defenses, almost non-existent. And finally, they brought you back to the house, and when you go in, you see it's quite a modest house, but it seems to be relatively well. It's quite clean, and it seems to be quite some spare space. order for you to be around lying. You are now in a living room area that has some almost sofa-like, but you see as the what's the name for that? What they have inside, instead of being any type of cushion or something like that, it's more like sorry, let me find a word.
Futon, an ottoman.
Love seat.
No, it's like they're made of a straw. In the inside, it's like a straw with
Oh, like
some
wicker.
covering. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
wicker.
they have this type of style over them that you can see that they probably get around from the planes. So yeah, we will be helping around. Take a rest, guys, and feel free to get everything from Saga's house. She always tells us that, so I don't think it's gonna be different for you. Well, see you around. Anything else you want to ask us or do?
Well, I think that's it for now.
Perfect then. Well, good rest, and they just leave the house. And I just look at you. Thanks for not telling them. They
No.
will have been so disappointed.
We didn't do it for you.
You're damn lucky, you traitor.
It actually seems like they kind of like you, which actually benefits you. Because if they didn't like you, we probably would keep you around.
I really like these people. They were really nice to me, and I'm deeply sorry of what they happened to them. I hope I wasn't born a jackalware, but we cannot choose what we're born, isn't it?
Yeah, but we could choose our actions. That's what's more important than what we were born.
It's not that easy. What was my options?
It is easy.
Leaving the hissing field.
It isn't easy, but that's the point. I mean, look at me. I'm on a drug. My people are hated in, like, pretty much every other place. And I made hard choices, in order to be different.
He's right, you know. You had the choice of betrayal or dying with the people that showed you kindness. You chose the easy route. Do not have pity for the dead. They're the lucky ones. It's the living that have the harshest fate. Just make this clear, Werejackal. If you make any other wrong decisions, and Liliana's going to kind of pull out his hand from her necklace, this won't be the only thing you lose. Do you understand?
I do understand. I'm sorry.
Good. Now here's
You
to
see
helping you
us-
make more good decisions in the future.
You see, as Ernest looks around at all of you, like trying to find some compassion in somebody's eyes, in Valmir and Daraxis, and probably doesn't find any. And you see as
Nothing.
he just pulls a little bit back and just looks at the floor. Yes. So, Ralik, as you're helping these people, you can see us. Make me another insight check, this one to see the general vibes of the people and how they're feeling and all of that.
11
It's hot as fuck.
or 16.
It's quite difficult for you to actually know, but you would say that they are working hard and really focus on what they're doing.
I'll help out as much as I can, like especially around like the houses that have collapsed and everything from fire. I'll just like move the rubble off the houses. But after a few hours, I really want to go back. Like once I know like my party is like resting, like for the long rest and everything, and maybe asleep. I don't know. I want to go and talk to Ernest.
Are we taking a
Alright.
long rest, or are we just taking a short one?
You can do whatever you want.
What time is it?
So, for what I told you last session, let me remember. I think you were coming here like in the morning, like let's say 9 to 10 o'clock, more
Because
or
we
less.
didn't
if I recall
stay
correctly.
we didn't stay with the Badgers or whatever. So it
No,
depends
it
on
was quite.
what time we met them.
It's been like 2
Yeah,
days.
but
since that
but
point.
it was days before, days after that.
Oh, okay,
when
so-
you get
okay,
there.
okay.
So you were still traveling through the river. So you've been around 4 to 5 days traveling. So I think you got here like in the morning, and between the battle and coming all around should be like noon at most. Noon? 12 o'clock. at most. Just starting
Okay.
the...
So we probably don't need a
Yeah,
long rest, maybe.
I'm good for a short rest.
If you take a long rest now, because I get that after a battle, I would say that it makes sense for, especially if you were damaged, to just fall asleep. Even though it's
Well, a
all
long
day,
rest
even if it's
doesn't
day.
necessarily have to be all sleep.
Yeah, you can just be chilling and just taking care of yourself. You can be around all day if you want to take a long rest. I'm fine with that. If you want to do something before that, tell me and we'll do it before.
Balmer's gonna suggest to just take an hour to sit down, and then just head out into the fields and look for the plated wallets.
Liliana's
that's
gonna counter
fine.
that with she wants to take a long nap because
Yeah, she's
Well, play between you. Then.
she's quite hurt. I think it might be best to.
you guys can go look for the plated
Take your
wallets.
time.
I'll stay here.
Well, we don't actually know where the rest of these jackalwares are. They might attack.
Well, you're not there.
You're not.
I'm
right,
afraid,
I-
Relic.
What?
You have no
Sorry.
say in this.
I'm afraid that you're not here.
Right.
You're helping the people.
Here, I would have handed him the ascending stone, so I'll just have him on
Oh,
on speakerphone.
Well, you can do that if you want. Okay, that would make
Yeah.
sense. Like you're leaving, you can have my phone.
Yeah, we're having a conference call right now.
An
So-
IROC.
I'll tell them what I saw in the town about like how little they're defended and how like weak their houses and everything are. I'll just be like, we can't leave them like this.
Why
They-
is that guy talking to a rock? I don't know. And the kids are like looking at you like a little bit funny. What are you doing? You see, they are quite. You see that the smaller children are not really aware of what's happening.
I'll just let them climb on me like a jungle gym while I'm holding the
They're
rock.
like if it was like this jungle gym, yeah.
Yeah. And I'll just continue. I'll be like, if they're attacked again, all of them will die. They're in the middle of a field with no natural defenses.
Yeah,
How are we
like,
supposed to help?
like I said, yeah, if we had come there just like a little bit later, we would have arrived to a ghost town.
As far as I know, we have several choices. One of them would be just leaving them. The other one would be trying to send them somewhere safe. The first one, all of them will probably die.
I doubt they'll
Well,
be wanted to relocate, so we have
But I don't want to die. Just one of the children.
Yeah.
Die.
Die? Who's saying die?
Die!
What's die? But in what color?
Nah.
well, maybe we go jackalware hunting. Make sure there's nothing to hurt the village.
that would work if I mean, Ernest, how many do you say there were? There's like dozens, right?
I don't think it's a good idea. Go jackalware hunting. There's a lot of us. You were lucky this was just an expedition. Just to see what's around.
And in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm quite injured.
Well, not today.
We know that. All right.
Not today.
Could we
David.
could we leverage Ernest into either like we can't
Well,
we can't
ask
exterminate
him
them.
if that would help.
Is there any chance for peace between you and these people? Not you specifically, but your Jackalware friends. Or does
Did
it
any
just?
of you guys make a good nature check for jackalware before?
I think someone did.
I
did.
know
Yeah.
that someone did, but I don't remember who it was.
It was probably me. No. I
I'm
cannot
sure I'll make
remember.
it.
Again.
I'm between Relic and Valmir probably.
It
for
wasn't
that.
me.
Or even Draxis. It wasn't me.
I'm looking back right now.
Is it saved? I think it is.
Oh. It doesn't let me go all the way back enough.
Yeah, not that normal. Well, let's say I'm gonna make it then random, since normally Valmir is the one that do have better nature
Well,
checks.
we can
I
just
would
roll
say-
new ones if you like.
Since you already done it, I don't want you to not have it because you already.
Well, I mean, if
you
I
already knew
roll
it.
really the fucking poorly and you're just giving me something for free.
All
that's
right,
possible.
you can try then. You have advantage though because I want to.
Because you're nice.
Because
Because I'm a
I
nice
won.
boy.
I will.
Because I
Press
wanted
this
to.
Oh, I needed it. Wow. Nope.
Well, you kind of
Ooh.
recall something, but maybe one of your friends knew it better,
Yeah.
actually.
Interaxis roll, nature.
Yes.
Doing it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know
You
shit.
know. At first, you probably didn't exactly.
Rest
It's
in
like,
peace.
oh yeah, jackal word. I thought it were jackals. Okay, it's the other way around. Now I remember.
Yeah, I know all the things.
Ta-da.
You know, they're usually of really chaotic nature, and it's really difficult for them to actually, well, respect any type of pact that is made.
Hmm.
And Ernest is like, I don't know, my people are quite special, let's say.
Do
I don't
they
think they're
do
gonna
they respect
any.
strength? Like if there was some incentive to behave with threat of force, would they
Well,
comply then?
the
Based on
strength
my nature check.
itself. What do you know? Do you know that they are really coward? Really coward. They would do anything in order to survive.
Well,
Intimidate them.
They're quite cowardly.
Maybe.
If we, I mean, I suppose we could. I mean, it's hard to threaten dozens of Jackalwares, but
I don't know what you said, Lando. That was like so low
That's-
volume and so Kiwi.
it would be quite difficult to threaten dozens of Jackalwares, but it might be something that we could potentially do if we established a good enough plan and utilized this.
My people
this
are
guy.
not easily intimidated, and not by people by you. You know that's not true, Duraxis. You kind of try him to find some type of value on his own race in this case, but you know that they are usually quite coward. We're not that easy to intimidate. And you see his body language completely covered himself. Like, we're not that easy to intimidate.
I'm
Yeah.
really
What
tempted
can
to
you
like.
be reasoned with?
Just like
You don't have much food.
Well,
Is there any way this can end with two happy sides?
we are smart, and you do know, Drax, that they are actually smarter than average for at least from humans and things like they have 13 intelligence, so they are smarter than average.
what's your goal? What do you gain by attacking these people? Like
Food, easy sources, an already made village that we can take off.
is that it? Do you enjoy the killing? Is that part of it too? Or is it just pragmatic?
Of course I do not, but my people do quite enjoy the violence related with those assaults. Yeah.
Well, can they be civil? If it means safe living?
I don't know. Maybe my leader know. I don't know. I'm just another ordinary jackalware.
Well,
I'd be fine with that, but I cannot talk for all my people.
Yeah, what's
if
your
we
all
walked
different, you
into a camp
what's the
and
leader
asked
like?
to speak to the leader, would they allow us to talk? Or would they shoot us in sight?
Well, we have multiple leaders that have to agree on that. But
You guys are democratic.
We could try.
Well, will they have a conversation?
Well,
that's the question.
If we know something is that even though our ways of living are chaotic, the easier way to survive is together. So yes, we're quite democratic in that sense.
What if all of us tend to be Jackalwares? Because they can shape change, obviously. We go in there and get an audience with the member and tell him a story about us getting slaughtered by these really powerful adventurers, and if we don't want to die, we don't mess with that town ever again.
That maybe work, but looks at you, Falmir. There's no 4-foot jackalware out there.
Yeah, it's probably true.
Sorry, I missed the last part.
So
Yeah,
it looks at you
4-3.
as he says to this guy says jackal. It says it could work maybe, but there's no 4-foot jackal where. Actually, 4'1".
Yeah.
I don't recall how tall is Valmir. Do you know?
1 inch taller than
I think it's
what's
I
that?
said
So-
4 foot,
it's
but I don't.
shoes.
In my
It's
mind,
shoes.
4 feet doesn't mean anything. For me, it's like 1 metro, 1 meter. It's for me something that my mind knows how much it is.
It's like a meter
Yeah.
and
I
a
think it's
quarter.
like 4-3.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a meter and a quarter.
It's 4-3.
Well, that's not really tall, but
That's
not
like I think that's like a meter and a half, like 150,
Hmm.
like a 10-year-old boy,
pretty much.
more or less.
Yeah, this NPC is basically begging
He's just
for
as
the
wide.
commission of war crimes. Yeah, he's basically begging to get hit.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
So I think the only thing that's left is to convince the townsfolk to up their defenses and repel any kind of jackalwares that decide that they're easy pickings and just dissuade them from believing that.
What we would do in the non-cat military is sometimes, when we defeated an enemy, we would display their bodies to show not to attack us again.
It's actually not a
Actually,
half bad idea.
It will make sense for Nanket, yeah.
I'm actually all for that. I mean, in addition to the defenses, but we show them that.
That is true.
I mean,
We cannot leave them in the state they are in now.
there is no survivors, and he looks directly at to dissuade them. Otherwise, they could think that their battle was a complete failure. We display every
Well,
Jackaware body.
It was actually. So yeah.
I mean, you got
Yeah.
a lot of people.
I mean, sure, if they think they are too strong for them, they're probably not coming.
Right.
We're not stupid. We're not attacking an enemy that's too strong for us. And the hissing fields are full of those, especially in the air. Well, then, do
Yes.
you want to know where the plated wallets are then, or do you want to go with my people?
Well, we're not
I mean,
equipped
we're
to
here for the
take care of
wallets.
him. Yeah, we're here for the wallets. We're gonna do our best to convince this town that they need to up the defenses, or they're gonna get slaughtered. But beyond that, I mean, if we can't convince them, we can't force them. We can only, as the old drow saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Well, we have a similar saying in
Yeah,
Jackalware
I
culture.
don't
Involves
care.
more
I don't
blood,
care.
but yeah.
I don't care at all, actually. So yeah.
Rude.
That's quite racist.
I'm sorry. What do you say about being racist against?
You see as he transforms into a jackal.
Yeah, you can't pull
Yeah.
that. You can't pull that shit. You ain't gonna manipulate us. No, turn back into your sad, armless, earnest man.
And just goes back. Okay.
Yeah, don't try that. You have no leverage here. I think you're smart enough to know that, but I just want to make it abundantly clear that you have no option other to do exactly what we need you to do, because you're just a terrible
Oh.
person.
Believe me, I know. As he touches the
And,
rope
and
around his neck.
this is a choice that you made, and you're living with the consequences of your choice.
Entirely. I
Right.
just happen to be holding the leash.
Yeah. Well then, let's wait until my master is healed, and then we can continue.
I think that's a good
Aw,
idea.
Thank you.
You don't need an insight to know that master was like he needed to take all of him just to say it. My master, like
Lily's just soaking it in. She doesn't care if he moves
Ah.
or not.
Oh,
I don't
yes.
mind if you really mean it.
Me.
Mm.
Mhm.
The kids are still playing around your relic, and one of them look at you. You're really hard. Don't take it out of context.
I was about to say phrasing.
Phrasing.
Don't take it
Phrasing.
out of context.
That's our next short.
Oh.
You're really metal-y. I don't know how to say it in any other way.
Metallic. Shiny.
Really?
The thing is that it's
Shiny.
ding, ding, ding.
Mhm. I'll pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
So hard. Don't take it out of context again.
Every time, yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
Phrasing.
Relic's making the kids so high.
I know, right? Just
All those fumes.
Making them so
You know
high.
what? This is not my fault. This is that English is rotten.
Is it?
No, in Spanish you can do some very similar things. But
Uh-huh.
in English, I always found a way. The things that I say, they always have a negative connotation also.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll play a little bit and then I'll try and help.
Oh,
Oh, we
the
lost the
music?
music.
I got it. Give me a sec.
I'll
It's
try
gonna,
and
it's gonna
help.
look bad, but for a
Okay.
sec.
It's gonna look terrible. How dare you?
Oh no, we're completely
I know.
gone.
It's you guys are completely gone. Shoot.
How could this happen
I
to
got the wrong.
me?
Perfect time to do all 10 of my push-ups.
Yeah, there you go.
No.
Yeah.
Let's go.
No,
You
I'm
didn't
not-
forget.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do push-ups.
Yay. I mean, you're wearing Adidas. You're already prepared for that.
Yeah, right. Gotta wear that
Oh, guys, we can see
sportswear.
this. These
That is
are
right.
push-ups.
Yes, I can see it.
One,
Eam.
dos,
Ugh.
tres.
Right.
There we go.
Porto. Teacup. Muffin. Bagel. Pastry. Danish.
We back.
Are you hungry?
Coffee.
Alright.
No. Why would you say that?
Well, no, she was speaking perfect Swedish. Well done.
That was for you, Taza. That was for you.
Ta-da!
Just
I am fluent. in
IKEA
Swedish.
furniture all around. Very well
Right.
done, Ikerno
Love you,
boys.
Taza. Love you.
Have a good one, Tyler.
Cheers.
Same Snowflake. Take care. Oh no.
Peace.
Yep. Thank
No,
you very
no,
much.
Oh, I misread it.
Good
So,
job.
got nowhere to run. Oh, he's staying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you're staying. I don't know your gender. Sorry.
So yeah,
So-
I'll help set up some little defenses and everything while I like move some of the rubble around. I'll just like stick some sharp pieces of wood that I find like around the perimeter.
Yeah, you
I'm
see some
gonna
people look
commend
at you and
Klaus
they
help
and they
him out.
tell you, but what are you doing? Someone can get hurt by that. Come, we will show you how we do it here, and it's almost like they take you by your arm and it's like, no, it's not like this. You have to put it here. You know, if it's sharp in any way, you have to cut it and make it a little bit duller so people don't get hurt. Okay. Come on, thanks for the help, though, man. You're really strong.
Oh, well, I was all right, and then I just keep going with them and like moving the rubble to the fixed pile,
Fixed pile.
Yeah. stick pile, or whatever. And
Yeah,
I guess I'll
Klaus
do
is
this
helping him out.
Klaus. Oh yes, Klaus. I feel you are the only one who really gets me.
Doesn't even turn his head.
I'll just chuckle. Good one.
Yeah, you see everyone is like looking at each other like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haha.
and yes. So
Oh my god.
between Relic and what was the name again of your Klaus?
Close.
Klaus. Between Relic
Nice.
and Klaus, you
Clash.
see us. You do advance a lot of work that You see that they are not the strongest, and there's not most of them. You think that actually the guy that you make him cry when you shook his hand was the stronger in the village? So not a good signal.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're not.
Thanks.
I'm not.
So I think Duraxis is
Thanks to
gonna
your help,
take
they do go
only
really
take a
fast.
short rest, and then he's gonna go find Relic. He's gonna try to convince these people that they need defenses.
Sure,
Just
you
so
probably
you
will
know.
find Relic, as some people is teaching him how to where to put things, where to use things, and Relic, I guess he's a fast learner for
Mhm.
his condition. So you see, as everyone is almost around him and he's getting quite popular. Like, oh, can you help me with that? Can you help me with?
There are
And you see that
children still on my shoulders
he
while I'm
on
like,
his shoulders, like balancing around. People just
Duraxis, finally,
I'm following
help,
Duraxis as
please.
well.
Yeah. What? It
it's
seems
everyone
like
but
there's
Liliana just
seems like you're doing quite well actually. I don't know why you need my help.
feel like Relic. Daddy Relic is strong.
Oh God.
Don't take it out
Oh,
of context.
Oh, well. Can I get an
Really?
ooh woo from everyone?
Yes, can we get uwoos in the chat?
Yeah, ooh,
Thank you.
That has to be like
For
a
Daddy
like
Relic?
a emoji. Who's in the chat, please?
Yeah, can we get some daddy relics?
Ooh woo,
Does it-
Daddy Relic.
Oh, please stop. Oh,
So
I noticed your
handsome.
So
I noticed your hardware, Daddy Relic.
Denise, thank you. My hardware.
Daddy
Guillermo,
Relic.
stop. They are
Relic.
children.
Wolfie Wolfie down there, Daddy Relic. Ooh woo. I'm gonna get us banned off Twitch.
Oh, we're gonna get banned off Twitch for this.
I don't think so. I've seen worse. I've seen hot tubs.
I have
Yeah,
seen
exactly.
Yeah.
We've seen hot tubs.
We've seen hot tubs.
I've
That's
seen-
not
I've
that
seen
bad.
hot tubs. Yeah, I think you're doing quite good, Relic.
Did you not come to assist with the defenses? Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, are they actually want defenses?
Well,
who's
I
in charge
tried
here?
to set up some spikes, but they didn't want that, so now I'm helping with other things.
He asked one of the people there. Yeah, who's in charge here? Is there anyone that I could speak to that's in charge?
I think she's with the children right now. Well, you know, the orphans now, I guess.
Didn't Casper come with me?
Well,
And the
yeah,
other
he's
guy?
helping around.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of trying to
Yeah,
arrange
it's
everything.
Yeah, he's with you. He's like almost like the one that's controlling the full operation.
Yeah,
Was he the strong one?
yeah.
Hmm?
Was he the strong one that I shook his hand?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
that's Casper.
Casper,
Oh
you
yes.
look like you could handle a sword.
Well, if I have to.
Well, look around.
Yeah, I know, but I think that when we finish with the reconstruction, I think we have to make a meeting around the square, the principal square in this town, and I think we can talk about it. Right now, I think the priorities is, well, making the people's house habitable again, at least for this night. They need somewhere to. They need a roof. We will think about defending ourselves later, okay? But if you stick around, if you don't mind, you can stick around and we will have some dinner and we will discuss about it if you don't mind. It's a small town, so we can talk all around in the square.
How many people are in the town? Did we get a rough sense of that?
I got a nat 20 on my perception check earlier
Let
to
me
get headcounts and everything.
actually haven't thought a number. Let me do some research about how the.
You don't have to get an actual number, but it's a small. Pretty
Yeah, but no,
small
more or less
village.
a medieval town. How many
Like 50 to 100
inhabitants here?
Oh, it's like
I'm imagining
that
like
big. It's like a small village, right?
I'm imagining like one of those Wild West villages. So you see like an eye.
Yeah, where everybody knows each
You would
other, all that
say-
stuff.
Yeah. Where it's
I mean,
just like a
probably-
crossing.
I mean, 50 to 100
Yeah.
is like nothing.
Exactly, it's a little bit more than 100 people, maybe. Yeah,
Okay.
it's really small.
Yeah.
I was
God.
taking a look around, and yeah, probably
Was this
between
before
100 and
or after
150
we got
people, not
here?
much more.
Yeah.
Balmir, do you think you could help them on the construction part of things?
I can help. I brought my carpenter's tools with me.
If-
Perfect.
If we're not careful, this
Nice.
is going to turn into like a Magnificent Seven kind of situation.
Oh, I was more hoping for like, oh, and then the next day, this is how much progress. Who knows?
Who knows?
I don't even get the reference though, so yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
it's-
it's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Well, I guess we'll talk
Casper
about
just said,
defenses.
you're like a gift from heaven. We have someone with carpenter's tool. We have a strong man. You know how to defend yourselves. I guess we were really lucky. Well, thanks. Then, what's your name again? The dwarvish one.
Balmir Forgemaster.
Nice, Valmir. Let me show you what you should do for helping us. Okay,
Hey,
come with me.
What do you guys like about this area? Is it the area specifically, or is it the freedom that it provides that you're
Connell,
interested in?
which is the elf you were talking before. Well, it's what you said. It's more about the freedom that provides us, and all things said, hissing fields are quite infamous in where we live. So we are not being bothered. So we thought we didn't need defenses because nobody was gonna come here, but maybe we didn't expect that the fields itself could be dangerous.
Hypothetically, if there was another place that could provide that same kind of freedom, but was a lot safer and provided for your needs, and there was built-in defenses, would that be something that you guys would be willing to relocate for? Considering the situation we're in now?
I don't know. That's something that we have to agree all upon. But
No, I
if you're asking
understand,
me personally,
but like you know the town, you know the people. Like, how willing would people be willing to consider something like that?
if they are at least a little bit like me, I love Dustbury, and yeah, it's not the biggest place or the nicest, but now it's summer, so you cannot see the wonders. But in the springtime, when actually the rain blesses us and around the river, and you can see all our harvest, it's beautiful out here, and it's so calm. The hiss of the rust monsters in the morning, it can be creepy in the beginning, but it's actually quite calming for us. It's like saying it's everything all right, everything it's the same way, and we live all together here, and we have some attachment. And the way our houses are, we decorate them in a sense that makes us feel happy. So I don't know what people would say, but I really love Dashbury. If it's in order to protect my people, I will leave, of course. But if we can find a solution for staying here,
No.
that's
I understand that
really big,
that's the ideal. Just trying to consider the options.
Relocating an entire village is not an easy task.
What are you talking to, Valmir? I'm kidding.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was the guy that we were talking to. Never mind.
The voice is clearly
I
different.
was talking
Oh
over the
my
phone.
god, it's obviously different. How dare you challenge
I was,
my voice
I was
actor
talking
skills?
over the phone. I had the phone up.
I'm kidding. Now he was talking to the elf guy, to Conal.
Sorry.
No problem. I was kidding.
Yeah, well, you know, if you guys do want to stay, there's a lot of things that need to be done in order to keep you safe.
I guess so, yeah.
At
Well,
the very least, we can lay out a plan for you guys to defend yourselves better, but we cannot stay here forever.
We can't even stay that long. We have our own mission to do.
Yeah, I know, and we don't ask you to stay. We're really thankful for that, but it would be selfish on our part. So, yes, what about we figure things out in this for the dinner? Now, if you can help, wonderful. If you cannot, or you don't have to do it. So you can stay in Saga's house, and in around 5 hours we will be meeting. So we can discuss that with Saga. She always knows what to do.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I think it's probably a good plan. We have one of ours resting, so the timing
Oh,
seems
yeah.
right with it.
She really needed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then. Let's continue. And if you don't, do you want to do anything during these 5 hours, or do you want to go just jump into the meeting and the dinner?
I just have sort of an idea. If I take one sending stone with me and leave the other one like in the helmet of Klaus, can I speak through him when I'm not at the place?
Don't you need another
Yes.
person to activate it? Or
Yes.
Sure, Klaus can activate it for me.
Yeah, I like it. I mean,
If I just
person.
command him to like activate it when there's conversation.
yeah, it has like a little, not intelligence, but he's a little aware of the surroundings. So yeah, he can do that.
So he'll activate it when
Balmy-
someone
Yeah.
addresses him. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Balmir's just gonna be sitting at home
actually
like a
pretty cool.
drone pilot, like just sending his armor everywhere.
You guys see Invincible with the robot?
Yes. Yeah.
What's
Same
you
vibes.
can't like see through his eyes. He's just a walking.
Yeah, I
talkie.
can just listen to he. Yeah, sure, yeah, I just command him over the phone. Klaus, if you're walking towards the water, turn around. Klaus, if you're walking into a wall, don't.
You just give him a bunch of if-then commands.
Yeah.
Program.
yeah. It's programming
If
101.
this, then- Oh my
There you go.
God.
Oh my god.
If dying, then don't.
Yeah.
Like-
And that's how a god was created.
yeah. Oh God. All right.
And at some point, I will just use mending a few times to heal him up max because he was hurt pretty badly.
Sure, you have time. I will say
Yeah.
that by the
It's
time
just
of
a cantrip.
dinner, you've taken a long rest. Even you, Liliana.
Yay, I got a
I guess
nap.
that cleric bones are easier to heal.
there you go.
Well, I say that your magic has something to do with that.
Magic, quote unquote.
Not magic, it's
Magic.
obviously science.
Scientific magic.
Yes,
Yeah,
my science.
The science of praying.
All right. So we go to the dinner.
Yes, do you want to go directly to the dinner then, guys?
Yeah, I don't have anything else
Yeah,
to do.
I'm starved.
Yeah, so for dinner you see that quite modest. It's not as nice as the Splinter's Point cooking. It's quite a survivalist type of living. Just passing by. It's not bad, but it's just alright. You can see that they use their crops, and a few of they've killed some of the animals they had for the dinner, but not much other than that. It seems like there's no good cook around town. At least it seems to be normal, but nothing spectacular or really fancy. And it seems that everything has calmed a little bit down with all your helps. It seems that all the houses that were destroyed have at least a roof now, and are at least a little bit reconstructed. And sorry, I don't know if you are listening to a dog barking
Yeah.
really loud.
Yep.
Okay, and then my dog is.
Aww.
Oh.
It was just Ernest.
He
It was
just wants
Ernest.
to be part of
Yeah.
our. Yeah, it was Ernest.
We
That's
gotta
Ernest.
watch him.
Smack
Keep him on
him.
a tight leash. Smack him. Yeah.
Flick. He's gonna get all the flicks that I would typically give.
Is he coming to the dinner with us or what?
No.
He's on
He's taking
autopilot.
back.
He's got a brain slug, and he's just kind of like on autopilot right now.
Who is
just kinda
coming to
I
dinner?
don't
following
want to
through.
just
dog?
leave him. Yeah. Well,
We're
Ernest.
leaving Ernest with Baltor.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Valtteri is still helping. He's really into helping these people. Actually, he's like, no,
Nice.
I won't be having dinner. They need somewhere to stay, and
He's
just,
doing a super poor job, though. You know, Baltor. So bad at everything he does.
yeah, of
Doing
course,
terrible.
It's
It's
just,
great.
it's
Yeah.
like rickety. It's gonna collapse and kill
He's
someone.
really is destroying more than
actually
he's
making more work. Actually, you.
He's just hammering just planks of wood for some reason.
Mm.
Just a
No nails
single
or anything,
plank
just
of
hammer.
Yeah,
No
wood.
between
nail.
each other with no nails. Tang, tang,
Right.
tang. However, then when you come around, it actually worked, and you don't know how.
Mm.
How did it work? All right. So it seems like everyone is like in different places of the square, but you're sitting with Sagagret, which is the dwarvish woman that seems to be more in charge, and the three guys that I presented you, which is Conal the elf, Istora the half-elf, and Casper the human. They're sitting around, and you see as Istora finally says, "Well, Saga, I think that the newcomers have something to discuss with you. While you weren't here, we were, seeing some options." Oh, yes. Tell me.
Draxus.
Yeah, so essentially, if we had not got there here when we did, I'm concerned
Yes,
that
we are aware.
the town would have been completely wiped out. And as much as, like, you guys are not my responsibility, and I have really no business to dictate anything here, I feel as a person that cares about lives that I'll have to say something. The way I see it, you have a couple options. The first is you get merchantry involved, get an army or some kind of defenses, and get guards and have some kind of militant infrastructure that you can repel invaders. We have some inside information that the Jekkawares detect. There are many more, and they're much more numerous, and they are more than likely to do this again.
Yes.
So that's one option. The other option is relocate, which doesn't sound like that's something that you guys want to do. I totally understand. The last option is to build your own defenses and at least train some people to be specifically guards. That might involve paying people to train you, probably finding someone in merchantry that can come down here for at least a temporary amount of time and train you up. I think that's probably the best way to go, to be honest. But
I mean,
we can't, in good conscience, just leave you guys here like this. Because
it's just a difficult decision in it, because if we're all here, we're looking for freedom, and we're looking to get out of the shackles that Walking Spiral and Merchantry and all the towns around were, tying us down. So if we have to leave, we'll be missing this wonderful place that we did all together. Yes, it's not the nicest, and we know we're not really aesthetic as some other places that we've been around. Or maybe when I lived in Walking Spiral, for example, everything was so beautiful. Here it's not the same, but it doesn't feel as cold, you know? It was like the marble, the stone felt like almost ice to me. And here our cheap houses feels like, like the fire where you cook. It's warm, it's welcoming, and I love that. I don't want to leave this place. And if we chose the hissing fields, we thought that people were not coming here. They are so infamous and thought to be so dangerous and vast that we're not going to be pursued here. But I guess that we didn't know that the problems were actually coming from inside too. It knew that we know that the jackal were, or that there are jackal were around here with no other existence.
yeah, well, there could be other threats besides just the Jackalware.
Yes,
even
we've been
if-
living here for years, and it's been the first time. I guess that since the hidden fields are so large, maybe they didn't find us. But now that they know our location, did you see if escape?
None
More
escaped.
will come, though.
All right. I will ask my people around and see if they see someone escape. But on that regard,
Actually,
we're
that's
safe.
probably true. We
but-
wouldn't know exactly. We killed that one group towards the end.
In your group, at least you know that nobody escaped, so that's fine. And we will ask around. And if we train our people, are we, in some sense, what's the name for that? Obligatory? Not obligatory. Obliging? Is that a word? Oblige?
Obliged.
And if you're
It's like-
as
You're like
obliging, like making someone do something.
kind of, yeah.
So wouldn't we be? Yeah, forcing them. Let's say forcing. Wouldn't we be forcing them to a work they don't want to do? No one here wants to be a guard. This is for freedom. And all around here has his life. Do we have to tell them to live what they actually enjoy in order to, well, protect us? Yes, I understand, but who is going to be the one that protects us? Who is going to be the one that has to stop enjoying their liberties for us?
Wait, why does being a god remove your liberty?
Because no one here wants to be a guard.
You're
If
protecting
so,
your home.
They would. Yeah,
You
but
don't have to get your own military force to go to war. You train every strong-willed man and woman to be able to carry a sword.
You have to be
When there
equipped
is an attack,
to defend
when,
yourselves.
not if. Make sure that you can defend yourselves. You
In
don't
my
need
time of
full-time
fighting-
guards to stay safe.
I know the
In my
people
time
around
of
here, and
fighting-
nobody's interested in picking a sword. I would be me forcing them to do it or asking them. They probably will do it because they want this to work, but I don't want to do this to my people.
I fought for a long time,
I don't
and
know.
freedom may just be the one thing worth fighting for.
Maybe a persuasion check, Relic, actually.
Oh,
Are we aiding him?
You can aid him. You've all made arguments. So instead of you being you, Relic, the one that has the best persuasion, let's say that.
Alright.
Okay, since it's been a group project.
Only +1
It's a
for me.
group project.
I got
By
it.
the way, Liliana, you're there. Eh? I don't know if you were just quiet or you don't know if you were around.
Oh dang, it's only
Liliana has just been listening. Very
14,
14.
yeah.
Okay. 14?
Drax as
Okay.
hell.
it's not about
That's not it.
it's not about whether you
Not it.
want to
That's
carry
perception. Okay.
sword. It's
Not big.
is the life that you're living worth fighting for? That's the only question you need to answer.
I know, but isn't it sad that in order to be free and safe, we have to fight? Why does it have to be like that? I don't want to see my people crying again and the children of the village losing their parents.
Then protect
What?
them.
I know, but why does it have to be that way?
It's the way of the world.
I know.
This world is full of dangers, and you have to be
Yes,
equipped to handle them.
I guess we were naive when we came here years ago and thought that everything was going to be all right now that we didn't have the shackles of merchantry around us. We could breathe again. But I guess that, well, life is not just a nice story where you just leave the abusing and where you leave your place and everything is going all right after that. I guess that the fight never ends, isn't it?
No, you will always have to fight.
Freedom is harder to come by than you might imagine.
Yeah, I know that more than most.
We are not good fighters, and it is selfish enough to ask you to actually teach us that. What solutions do you may have? Do you know anyone that could help us? And please don't be into merchantry. It's just all we fought for is not relying on them. And if we go back, even though someone comes from them, the promises that Dasbury had die.
If you have if you have coin, I think you could probably hire a mercenary band from Bolland to
I don't
aid
have any
and
coin
train you.
here.
Well,
I told you, we don't want to be like in merchantry. The coin is what is cursing them. The coin is the illness that spreads all around the continent. Well, not continent, all around the country.
you know,
We
there's
promised ourselves to never use that again.
there's nothing.
Money will never do damage again. There will not be no prisoners again because they are not able to pay. There will not be sadness because someone doesn't have enough for eating. So no, we don't have money.
Well, the way I see it is you've put yourself in quite a predicament, it seems.
I guess so.
You either must defend yourselves or leave. The hissing plains are no place for weak people.
You're right. You're right. Saga, you see as the elvish man is talking to her. Maybe we don't have money now, but I know it's against what we've been fighting for. But maybe just for this time, I can go back and work in a spiral. I can try to find a job, and maybe we have enough money to have some guards, and maybe they can show us their ways. It's gonna be difficult, yes, but if it's for you and for all these people, we can do it. And you see as the other two...
I mean, I understand what you're
they're
trying to
agreeing.
do with the money. I do. But there's nothing inherently wrong with money. It's what it does to people. And clearly, it doesn't affect you. Yeah, they're basically communists.
Quite a lot. Yeah, that's a little bit of inspiration. But communism, not that dark. Is what I was going for.
In order to function as a society, you have to have some kind of system that allows you to interact with others. So to do away with money is not.
I know. Again, we were naive. We thought that maybe kindness was enough. But it never is.
Kindness won't protect you against blades.
I know.
We're not trying to be harsh with you. We're trying to be truthful.
I know. I couldn't be mad with the people that saved our lives.
We don't want to come
whatever
back.
You want.
We don't want to come back this way and find this place deserted.
But understand my position. Looks at you, Draxis. Where do you come from? Never seen one of your kind.
I'm a drow. I come from the Underdark.
You left, isn't it? In search for something for you, I guess.
It's a cruel place. Full of hate.
If you were in need for any situation, would you going back there if that meant getting around it? For me, walking spiral is a dark place. Maybe looks amazing for some people, but I lost loved ones because they didn't have enough to pay. They are imprisoned. They don't have money. They are mistreated. Money is everything there, and without it, you are no one. I wanted to create a place where you will always be someone respected, regardless of how much money you have. Or in this case, not having none. But I do understand what you're saying. Sometimes fantasies are just fantasies. But how much can I give my dreams and the dreams of all these people that think like me aside for protection? How much can we sacrifice?
I mean, how much do you want to fight for the way of life that you have?
I would do everything for Dasbury. I don't mind if I die. If these people is going to be able to live as dissidents.
Then pick up a sword.
We know there's more of us out there. Maybe they found a solution. I don't know where they are, but I know that we are not the only group out there. Maybe they found something that didn't need them to go back and need of money.
If you believe so much in the way you live, then fight for it. Pick up a sword and fight for it. If you don't,
But
then
how?
you won't.
I don't know how to fight, nor my people. And you look at those. They were masterful at what they were doing, the same way as you. It doesn't come from nowhere.
You're fighting one way or another. You're selling yourself one way or another. That's the unfortunate truth of this world. Either you integrate back into the harsh world you came into, or you try to make something of yourself out here. But either way, it's going to be a struggle and it's going to be a fight.
And it's going to
And
cost.
How can we be taught? We will do anything for that. That, if it's possible, doesn't involve money. But anything other than that, we will provide. We will help. We need someone that knows how to defend themselves for us.
Does anybody
I will
at
tell to my
work know how to
people.
fight?
Wait,
I see one solution, whether you like it or not. You're gonna need all you'll need is one man. One mercenary, doesn't even have to be from the spiral. But here,
I'm going to rip off a patch from the cloak, and I get a bag, and I'm just going to dig into it and take out a small gem.
this gem is worth the 100 gold. You're not gonna accept anything less of it.
And I put it in his hand.
100 gold. Use that to get one mercenary. One man is enough. He will teach you, and you'll be fucking safe.
I know, but it's like you're tossing me a cursed gem. But I know how much people.
we're tossing you
care
a
for money.
lifeline. If you
I know
don't,
how much your people care for money, and I know it comes from a good place. And maybe it's not the philosophical idea that I had, but I guess that reality is not philosophy. So, yeah.
Almir, how
Thank you
difficult
very
would it
much,
be to
Almer.
how difficult would it be to make simple bows and teach them how to paint targets on sacks of hay, and they can teach themselves how to shoot?
yeah,
Yeah,
there wouldn't be enough. I mean, it'd help.
I could do it, but it would. I think it would be better if I just taught them how to make a crossbow or a bow.
Yeah, I mean, a crossbow.
Do you
Well,
have a
you can teach them how to
fletcher
do that.
or
If there are
blacksmith?
You could put that in the hand of a child, and they could be effective with it. As long as they can crank it.
precisely.
I recommend getting a mercenary from Boland. That's very much their culture, and I think that you would have a much better time not being cheated if you picked one of the animal folk.
You know, we will do that.
And they,
I will not consider this gem as money. It's a present.
it's a trade. Yeah, you guys.
A present that Palmer gave us that we owe your lives for. So if at any time you need anything from Dasbury, we don't have much. Well, we have some damn good pumpkins in autumn. So if you wanna come, we have that. But other than that, anything, ask for us or come back, and you will always have a roof in your house. You saved our lives, and you're teaching us how to save ourselves. And for that, I'm forever grateful, okay? So
We
thank you.
will remember that.
Thanks. But well, I should stop being so emotional, and we should eat, okay? So grab
Alright.
your plates, grab your spoons, and I want to see you leaving here with 5 pounds more. Come on, everybody eat.
Are there still kids around
Hooray.
me?
They weren't. You were tossed aside to talk about this, but then
Right.
you're going back to the it's not really a celebration, but to the commune. And you also, during the conversation with the people before going here, you know that they do this every night. They don't eat. They never eat alone. They always get into the square to play and eat together. So it's a tradition for them. And they're sharing that with you now. And with that, music starts playing. Not really well. I mean, you see that none of them was apart before coming here. But hey, they are trying, and maybe, who knows, maybe it evolves into jazz in a few centuries. Who knows? It's just a different style that you're used to. And they start all playing, and you have this little sort of almost celebration. And people playing around. The kid seems to be obsessed with you, really. You're like, they never seen anything like you. You're strong. You're easy to climb on. It's perfect for them.
It's perfect.
I'll give my food to a hungry orphan too, because I don't.
Well, they are orphans, not hungry orphans. Unfortunately, since there are so little of them, they can all be fed.
Okay.
But so they don't really need food. They need it to play. And you see that as you go with them, and you recognize the child at the scream at the top of his lungs when he saw that her mother was dead. He was smiling, at least. It seems it was quite bittersweet, not the sweetest smile, but he was playing with you and with the other child, and it seems that he was doing all right. And you seem to bring a smile on his face. So
Yeah, I'll play with the kids and everything.
Aww.
Nice. Oh,
I'm going to ignore the children because Lily doesn't do kids. So just shoo, go over there, play with the shiny one.
but lady, come on, we can dance a little bit.
I don't dance. There, go look. You see the short man over there? The one that's not exactly good looking, not exactly ugly. He dances very well. Go on, go,
Yeah.
go.
Oh, the gross one.
When Drake says that, gross one, wanna dance with us, gross one?
Of course I wanna dance.
I give eyes to Relic.
Aww.
We can see the Valmir fatherhood coming into play here. And they kind of jump with you, but the way that you're dancing is like, we don't dance like this here. And I
Good
like
judging,
it.
dude.
Well, teach me. I'm not a great dancer.
Like,
Okay.
You're a freak.
And they do me a performance check. Let's see how good you can copy their movements and do the dance.
I have a -1 to this. This is gonna go great.
Heck
So you imagine,
yeah.
actually, they're really bad at music, but they are amazing dancers. Like Cirque du
Oh,
Soleil.
that's a 5.
Hold on. Wait. There you go. Did it go through?
Not
Did you do
yet.
it?
I think
Oh,
I
have
know
to
what to
provide
do.
advantage.
Are you giving me disadvantage?
Yes.
Ah!
I thought you were gonna
Enemy
go from
dancer.
the-
It's already a
advantage.
5.
Come on.
Enemy
Yeah, I already got a
dancer.
5. Come on, man.
Already a 5. So,
You're
but
gonna do terrible.
please just crit fail. Just crit fail.
All right, fine.
Oh,
Let's see here.
splatter.
Hey,
Oh, yes!
Even
It
worse.
is lower. Yes.
Even worse.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
you try to do a weird dance move and you just fail even, like, the crappy dance move you were trying to do anyway.
Oh yeah. Valmir
Friend
dances
being a
just as
robot,
well as
you
I do
failed
in real
being a
life.
robot.
That was a Valmir.
Like
That was a
this.
mess. So you accidentally step on someone's foot, make a children cry because it was his friend's food, and the friend was alright, but the friend thought you really made him a lot of damage, so he was really crying. A mother was angry at first, and then you look at you and like, okay, it's fine. Then you try again, you hit someone with your elbow. It's being a mess. So after 5 minutes of trying, the kids are like, yeah, that's not it, sis.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down next to
That ain't
Durax. He's like,
I haven't danced in 120 years, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon.
Oh, really? How old are you? It's...
let me double check my sheets.
I mean, how
281.
old do dwarves usually live?
We get pretty old.
Forever.
Wow,
You know,
you guys are really old.
I'm obviously of the younger generations, as you can see.
His beard is white.
But white. This is copying camera with a style.
Duraxis, how old are
Fluent
you?
movement.
Actually, that isn't something I thought of. I mean, elves live
I mean,
like
you're a
what,
drow. You
200
you
years?
could be quite old.
700. They get
700?
750 or so.
I mean, you can be young.
Yeah, he's probably like 70 or something.
Who Duraxis is?
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I didn't really thought about it. Like 70 or
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
70, which is gonna be like arriving at adulthood for an elf, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Balmir's like 50 or 60 in like human. If you compare it to human life. So he's
I guess
pretty old
Duraxis
still.
would be early 20s, maybe Duraxis at most, if it was human.
Wow.
I guess.
I've only
Well,
been alive
you'll
for
have
6
to
years.
think.
6 years, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. It took a while for me to get away from the military,
Right.
Well,
but I'm better off for it.
I'm glad you're with us, Relic.
Thank you.
Agreed.
It's been good. I've enjoyed your company.
Let's
Now
continue
let's
the party.
Yes, let's see your dance moves, Relic.
All right. Why
Make a
not?
performance check.
Zoo the robot.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm just doing the robot.
Actually, not that bad. It's like people are looking at you and it's like, that's weird. And you see as the kids start copying you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I
I'll do
cannot.
like the sprinkler.
It's like they're trying to imitate you.
They're like,
But
what
then
is
it's one of them.
that?
I cannot spin my elbows 360 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like.
Like crazy.
Oh man.
You see as the parents are having a great time seeing their kids doing the robot. They're like,
Yeah.
you see the parents are having the time of their life, and it's like,
Oh, man.
finally someone is babysitting for us. And you see as they kind of gather around themselves, and you see that they are talking, and it seems that having a babysitter, it's gonna be, they're gonna miss you probably, the parents too, when you leave.
Mhm.
They're gonna miss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to do on this wonderful night?
I'm just going to hand everyone in the party a gem each.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Because
quite,
you could,
So,
I quite like
so you all
that.
get one gem worth 100 gold.
Oh, we each get a gem. How thankful.
Right.
Oh, so
Well,
thankful.
I'll add that to you. Extras.
Is it any specific type of gem, like a pearl or a garnet?
whichever you want, Palmir, that you think
What
is
would you
gonna be
like?
worth.
Well, because some of them can
You
be
can only-
used for spell
An
casting.
amethyst. Onyx.
Yeah, what would you like?
Want to know?
I want a garnet. 'Cause that's my birthstone.
Ooh.
There you go.
Is it
Aw.
possible to determine the gem type after when I find a spell that I want that has the type?
That uses it.
Well, I mean,
Mine is an opal.
probably a diamond. I think.
Can you get? It's gonna be a teeny tiny itty bitty diamond.
Yeah, but
Wow.
100 gold diamond, you can use that for the. What's that? Prismatic something? No?
Chaos bolt.
I mean, since it has to be a specific gem, so I wouldn't say it counts.
Right.
I think
So
it's-
don't mess me with your power gamer shit around here, bitches.
I'm just gonna put it as 100 gold.
Alright.
honestly.
Chromatic orb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it a diamond. I think. Yeah, if it says the type you want.
Well, I don't
I
think
just think it
just a
says
gem.
gems. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's up to the DM.
Say, you have the skin you want, you don't have the effects of the diamond.
Alright.
You bitches.
I-
Trying to
I
pull
just
one
made
on
it
me.
100 gold.
Wait, so what does the bag say? Does it say
It's just a bag with 10 gems worth 100 gold each.
Yeah, so can it be a diamond? So I can cast the
He
spell.
says no.
Oh, okay. What is it then?
a gem that you want, so it's flavorful for you and something that you like, but it's gonna be a gem worth 100.
So that can be like,
So-
I know a garnet is worth 100.
Can it be a diamond?
A really small diamond.
A
Sure.
very small diamond.
That's
Then
fine.
a really small diamond. That does not count for chromatic orb.
Why? It's a... Okay.
Because I don't want to.
Sure.
You can have an
Then
amethyst.
I'll just leave it as a gem type. If it doesn't matter, if it can't be used for spellcrafting, then for spell using, then it doesn't matter what it is. I'll just call it a gem and sell it later.
All right.
Sweet.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. I mean, there is it's quite kind of you.
No worries.
Baltor does not get one because he owes me like 150 gold for our shopping day. I can't remember
So he
what
was
it was, but I know he owes me gold, so he's not getting shit until he pays me back.
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. He owes you like 150 at least.
Oh yeah, he just goes up to me. Whoa, Balmir, you're such a good dude. Here you go. Have all of my stuff.
That's exactly
He
what
comes
he
in.
does.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he
What
got
is he gonna
such a
do?
good deal. He got a rare crossbow for like 150 gold. So, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
All right, guys. So money aside, that we will discuss later if it's needed. Anything else around the night that you want to do after that?
Is everybody going to bed?
Yeah, after 1 or 2 hours of having a little bit of party, maybe a little bit longer than they usually do, since you're here and you're having fun. They are all going around to their homes and just going to sleep.
Yeah, that's good.
Again, I'm going to contemplate my life decisions and look into the gem that the beautiful woman in town gave to me. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah. What should I do? What should I do?
What should
With
I
that?
do? If I was stronger, I'd be able to protect people more.
Or kill them?
But what does it mean to have power? And what does it mean if I sell my soul and make this contract? Dun dun
Philosophical
dun!
today. Dun 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 dun.
Where's
Find
Ernest?
out next
Where
time
is Ernest with all this? During all this?
with
Well,
He's just hanging out with Baltor.
he was
Yeah.
around. It seems to be quite shy around people, like trying not to pay as much attention. Some people asked him about his hand and he was alright. He just said he was fine normally and tried to dispatch them as fast as he could.
Did they seem like they actually cared? Like,
Oh, yeah. You think that genuinely they cared.
it seems like he actually did have legitimate relationships with people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Sure.
Yes.
But he seemed like
If you
he
live in a
was.
small town,
He seemed like
you
he
know
was
that.
well liked.
You know everything about everyone.
He seemed like he was well liked.
I mean, you don't exactly know it because you see that these people are quite friendly all around. But he was getting a treatment similar to yours, not as good as yours because, well, you saved their lives.
Sure.
But he was pretty well appreciated between them, and you saw some small talk between some people and him. It was more him trying not to talk to the people than
Sure.
vice versa.
But it seems like people were friendly and warm towards him. Like he had actually been trying to be a part of the community before.
Yeah, you'd say so.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so you spend the night, and first thing in the morning, what wakes you up?
I want to, while everybody else is asleep, I want to make sure I have Ernest, like his leash or whatever, and then when I know that everybody's asleep, I'm going to like get up, go right in his face, and I'm gonna say, like, wake him up a bit. I'm gonna say, just to be clear, everyone else is keeping you around because they want something from you, and I get my right hand and I push him up against the wall, and I put my arm blade against the wall, and I
What's the matter
activate
with
it,
you, you pile of trash?
and I put my hand over his mouth, and I just put my hand on the wall, and I activate my arm blade so it goes straight to the wall. I
You
don't
see
need
him
anything from you.
crying.
I don't need anything from you. I could kill you right now,
Do
but
I
I
wake
won't
up during this? You're
because my
harassing my
friends
servant.
because my friends want something from you. Keep that in mind, and I'll let him go.
What's the matter with you?
I'll just
Draxus
grab
is
his,
gonna roll over and say, "Shut up, Ernest."
Make a dexterity check and see if you can grab him because he's gonna turn into
me.
a jackal and try to go around Liliana.
Try to
Yes.
come cuddle with Liliana.
Does a
Yes.
13 work?
Scumbag.
Let me see. Actually, where do I have my dice? Not many. We could have not used the maps, but I don't know you. Well, we had a lot of role playing today. It does not. It is not an almost. You actually grab him by the clothes he's wearing, but then he transforms and you cannot catch it anymore, and just goes around Liliana, and you see as
He's
he goes.
naked around Liliana.
He goes
Yeah.
around Liliana with as a jackal, and then he goes between her legs and tries to stay there like as quiet as he can.
He's sleeping on my legs. On me.
All right, I'll just like eye him down, like what? I'll fucking kill you, like that.
Like-
Kill you.
Guillermo,
Would I
for the
wake up
record, I
during
would have
all
set up
this?
an
I
alarm.
feel like Lily would wake up during this, but
Okay, no problem. You can set an alarm if you want.
Yeah, you set the door so he can't escape at least, or he'll wake
And
wake me up. if
Relic
he's trying.
doesn't actually sleep, does he?
I don't actually sleep. I can see
So,
everything going on.
We good.
I
we
can
good.
see everything.
creep.
I'm watching you all as you sleep.
Not creepy at all.
That is
You know, I
doesn't
don't really
bother.
like this robot anymore.
You know what?
It's fine
No,
with me.
no. He doesn't.
Where is
do
the
that.
shutdown button?
You know what? I actually had an idea. Fuck this. I don't trust the robot.
I'm a 6-year-old. Jeez, calm down.
Of course, come on.
Even
child.
worse. There's only one thing worse than a rapist.
A child.
A child. That's fair. That's fair.
That's for me top tier Vine. It's like
Oh,
top
it's
3 at least.
it's yeah.
Top
at
3
least.
at least.
The
Oh, yeah.
the what the fuck Richard is one of my favorites.
That's really cute too.
An
Road
avocado.
works ahead. Yes, I sure hope it does.
Thanks.
That's a good one too.
Okay.
Well,
Oh man.
going back to D&D.
Yep.
Yes.
First thing in the
That was
morning
her.
that wakes everyone except Relic because one, he doesn't have a sense of smell, and two, well, he does have it actually.
I do, yeah.
And second, he didn't fall asleep in the first place. Is that bread? Freshly baked bread? First thing in the morning, waking us up?
Is it?
Bread.
Hmm.
And it is.
No.
Okay.
It was
Is it
rhetorical.
bread?
Yeah, it is.
So-
You
And-
lie. Those are pancakes.
And after that, dun 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 dun. Come on, wake up! In this house, we start life way sooner than in Metro 3. Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Come on. Dun, 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 dun.
Why am I awake right now?
And you see Saga goes around. You see a mess for her. Don't you think that because you saved the town, you're gonna stay here sleeping? Come on, you gotta do things. Things to save and wallets to capture.
Yes, all of the wallets.
Exactly. See? He didn't fall asleep as you.
Yeah, because he doesn't need
I'm a
sleep.
what?
Excuses. We don't believe in racism here. He's a useful member of society. Come on.
Yeah.
Alright,
I-
alright.
I wasn't about to say anything to differ with that. Alright.
Then good job, because you're gonna have a slice of bread first thing in the morning, and that's gonna give you energy for all day. So those walls will not have a chance.
Mhm.
And here's you a freshly baked bun of bread.
Alright.
Here.
Awesome.
How good is it?
How good is this bread?
He may or may not have forgotten to put any salt into it.
Oh.
So it's rough.
It's
Did he
great,
even
Rob.
use eggs? Did he even use eggs?
Yeah, not that bad, but
Okay.
it seems that she's quite not the
It's
best.
just flour
But
on the table.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's quite a mess.
Oh, we
the
got a
kitchen,
request
and
for
you can see
push-ups.
now that.
I'm scared.
Who is it?
Oh no!
Who is
Who's
it
doing it?
today?
I can't. I have a cat. We
Nightmare.
cannot.
Let's see. Who's
Yeah,
doing the
that-
push-up?
Piedad para un pobre master.
Look at my cute little kitty. Oh, hello, Porkums. This will also be a good break time for everybody to look at my cat and tell me how cute my cat is.
Why
You
Well-
me? Why me?
Because
That
I
cat
have a
You know what?
cat.
super
If-
funny.
Why does
if
your
I'm-
cat have a
if
donut
I'm
around
doing
his
them,
neck?
one of you's doing them with me.
Oh.
Yes. You guys can
Oh
roll
my
or whatever
gosh.
to make see who it is.
Chasey
Dude,
Dreams.
I've
There are
already
3
done
of
my
them
push-up.
now.
Wait. Someone else did push-ups. Yeah, Diraxis.
Yeah, it's just alright.
Okay, so Liliana, you're doing push-ups.
I'm not. I can't. I have a cat.
That's too bad. You're doing push-ups.
That's not how it works.
Oh. Look at
I
this
will-
sweet
I
little
will take care of your
mustache.
cat. Don't worry. I will take care.
All right.
Look at this sweet
Ah.
little mustache and tell me that she's doing push-ups.
Come on,
Well,
Liliana.
she's not.
Doing
You are
push-ups.
doing push-ups.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, fine.
They can be
Okay.
girly if you want. Same for
I
you
am-
guys. They can be
I
girly.
am a girl. All right. I don't think I wonder if I can do this with my headset on. Joke's on you guys. I actually work out, so this actually might
Gonna
not be
destroy you,
terrible.
bitches.
You're the
Yeah,
one who's been
exactly.
complaining the most about this.
Yeah, because I hate doing push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4,
What is
5.
this? I thought it was D&D, not a fucking gym.
Six.
gym.
7, 8, 9, and 11. 12. Oh, my cat's making this difficult. Why are you underneath me? Stop it. You're not helping. Ugh. Just so you know, Relic,
Arnau,
I'm going
¿cómo
to
se te
kill
ocurre
you.
hacerme hacer alguna
You're welcome.
flexión? Te
Ugh.
destruiré. Te destruiré.
This is
You're welcome,
¿Cómo?
Liliana. That was for
Like-
you.
Ugh.
And hold on.
Oh,
Nightmare Foxy.
Guillermo, you have to as well.
Oh, Gil.
Who's doing this?
Pan Pan.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, hi,
but-
Pan Pan.
Well, I'm
Welcome
sorry,
back.
but my name is not Schooly.
Alright.
I don't know who that is.
Gooey.
Okay, it's fine.
Gooey.
Gully.
No.
And Nightmare
That-
Fox,
that means-
you are getting demolished tomorrow in the what's it called? Battle Royale. Just saying.
Hey, that
Woo.
means everyone did push-ups today. That's
Yeah.
your record,
Congratulations,
Yep.
all of you got your workout.
Mhm.
except for Cal. Everyone make Cal do
Just
push-ups
CrossFit
next time.
fingers.
Everyone make
It's
Kyle
easy.
do push-ups next one.
For-
Yes.
Yes, Kyle has
That's
to
what he
do
gets for
100
missing
push-ups.
this one.
I'm going back to holding my cat. Look at my sweet kitty cat. Meow, meow, meow. Drop me hearts in the chat for my wonderful cat, Pork Chop. She is dapper.
That
Thanks,
Mustache.
everyone.
was way harder than I had any right to do.
Everyone did push-ups.
I'm in
Right?
shit shape.
Even the cats.
I haven't worked
Yeah.
out
Well,
since before COVID.
That's sorry from Guillermo.
Same.
From Goulier. Come on, it's not that
Goulier.
difficult.
Oh, thanks for
Thank you,
contributing to the
Yay,
map,
thank you.
Nightmare.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
I forgive you now. You can call me whatever you
forgive
want.
you.
Oh man.
Guys, we're making some progress on that map.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Pork Chop
Very
says
nice.
thank you as well.
It's gonna be a super nice map
Thank you, Pork
that you
Chop.
will all enjoy, I hope.
Okay,
Okay.
chunky.
A little butt scratch.
A little butt scratch.
Hey,
Yay,
Pan Pan
Yay,
contributed.
Pan
Yeah.
Pan.
Hey! Thank you, Pan Pan.
Mhm.
Thank you very much, Pan Pan.
Only direct donations.
Yeah, so stop wasting your points on making me do push-ups.
Yeah.
I mean,
whoever
there's
did
so many
that.
other things. You're like, oh, hey, if a PC needs advantage, like, Like, no. They only help in combat. Push-ups.
Yeah.
God damn.
They don't need help with
Everyone.
combat.
Yeah. We don't need to give
They
enemies
have a wild magic
disadvantage.
person.
Totally. I totally
Yeah.
haven't died every
Push-
single time we've gone into combat.
Push-ups.
Thank you, Chasing Dreams.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Shut
you.
up and take my push-ups. That's what it is.
No. Don't make them do that. Don't make it into a meme because they're gonna be more tempted.
It's true. They're already tempted. We can't tempt them anymore. That's what they want to do.
I know.
Okay, whose idea was it to put in the push?
Yeah, I will destroy him.
Was that
Kyle's.
I'm
Kyle?
pretty sure that's
Kyle?
fucking
That's Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah.
I will cover his
Kyle.
head with my
Baltimore
hands.
is doing.
Well, I would say right now I have a 1 session of push-up limit per stream. I will get stronger. I will let you know when it is up to 2.
Mhm.
All right. So,
Oh, so you're saying
Okay.
you don't want to do more push-ups now?
I'd prefer not
like
to.
right now.
Yeah. We're not going to make this a push-up battle, so don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
we are.
Are we?
I mean, just saying, if we're doing a push-up battle, I have more points than any one of you right now.
Let's go. More push-ups.
Did you seriously just...
Really? Oh,
I guess that. I guess that today's session is going to be over
Oh.
after all the push-ups. that
Today's
have been
session
done.
is going to be everyone does push-ups.
I-
I'm not
No,
doing any
no,
more
oh,
push-ups. I'm
no,
doing
oh,
squats.
no,
I will
please.
do squats.
Yeah,
'cause
I will do
can
any
do
other
it.
you're doing
exercise. No, no,
push-ups.
push-ups. Have you seen my arms?
we got fired back.
Do you want me to die?
Do you want me to
You're
die?
gonna break.
Yes. After giving me push-ups, yes. I was saving up, too. Gosh dang it.
Ah.
This has become the push-up stream. We're a workout stream
All
now.
right. So
We're
Yeah, hot
making our
tub.
way.
We're-
We're making our way towards our hot tub goal. Actually,
We're fitspirational. We're fitspirational.
Yeah, we're
Mhm.
fitspirational.
I
Oh
mean,
man.
if this is in order to get a good hot tub money revenue, I guess I'm not mad then.
Are we doing
All right.
squats or push-ups?
Squats. Come on, let's go,
Man,
Relic.
let's
I
do
got extra weight.
squats.
Are we doing 10s or 20 squats or 25
mean-
Yeah.
squats?
Honestly, squats are the push-ups of the
20?
leg.
Squats are the legs push-ups.
Exactly.
Those aren't squats. Come on, Liliana, put your knees in it.
My knees
Those
are
are
in
squats. Thank you, Mike.
What are you doing with your pens, Mike?
Balance.
Are
What do
they-
you mean? This is good form.
it. Oh, come on.
No,
Mike
it's
is
not.
doing it perfect. Mike is doing it way better than
Over.
Liliana.
I'm like
Oh,
all
You
the
don't
way
need
down.
to. You don't need to
2,
flap your wings while you
3,
do that. You're gonna start
4.
flying.
5.
It helps with
Yeah.
the arm thing helps with balance.
That's what I said.
Yeah, but you can. There are other ways less cringy to maintain balance.
Boom.
The
He's going like all the way down. You're supposed to keep your knees above your toes.
They are.
okay.
I'm also just
Ask-
short.
To grass, okay? When you do sit-ups.
Pass to grass.
Ass to grass.
That sounds like French. As tu crasse.
Ass
Yes,
to
it is
grass.
French, actually.
As tu crasse.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, I mean,
so
we have a hard stop in like 10 minutes. So is that it for
that's
today?
the thing. I guess that
Probably.
after all these push-ups, I think
All right,
it's
Well,
everybody
I
else
mean,
watching.
moment.
I was reading that some people in the chat had some questions. I think that would actually be cool to be like,
Okay, then
If you have
let's go back and
questions
see
for-
the questions. Sorry we couldn't read it, but we were into the game.
yeah,
Yeah, if anyone has any
Q&A
questions, go
time.
ahead.
Q&A time
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do a Q&A.
Q&A.
Sure.
for
Alright.
like the next
Round
13
back,
minutes.
because-
Anything about our characters. We might
Liliana
answer.
is totally a cleric, not a necromancer, despite what everybody else says.
sure.
I mean, she's in fact a cleric,
Yeah.
but that is not that does not deny the
Let's hear it.
necromancer.
So
Let's hear it, Draxus.
Duraxis' backstory, you know, like, there's not a whole lot of details, but essentially, he was born a slave in a drow city, and essentially worked with, like, it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but he worked with like an alchemist. He was like an alchemist assistant, and he had like this magic that like manifested, and basically again, I hadn't like thought of like all the details. I tend to like to let the details come out in the story. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how? Oh, question for the DM.
About 20 push-ups.
And essentially, he killed one of the matrons of like Loth Priestess and was able to escape. And so he's been on the run for a number of years on the surface and has not done really any kind of magic for a good long time. And so, because he basically suppressed it, his magic, and a byproduct of that was now, when he uses his magic, it kind of comes out in kind of crazy ways. So he's actually
Mysterious way, like the Lord.
A wild magic sorcerer.
We got butterflies the other stream. It was
And
really
so
nice.
It actually
No doom right now, only butterflies.
we did, yeah. We got butterflies the time before last, and instead of it on a D20, it's a D10. It's a D10. So it's 10% of the time the wild magic table hits.
But it's a D20, but you also do it
Yeah.
on 20s and 1s.
Uh,
So, next question.
yeah.
Is Pampana goddess in this world too? The answer is only if you really behave.
Yes, and always is my answer to that.
Then, question for GM, which is me. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you like to torture the players? Well, this is a complex not question, but a complex response, because when it's a battle, I like them to suffer. Like a 12 out of 10. I want them to believe they're not gonna make it, and then see they can make it and they can be happy because they made it. But if it's on role-playing situations, I would say just the two, some suffering, some moral dilemma, but they, for now at least, they're being the nice guys. Let's see if they can be like that for a long time, or if there are some more difficult decisions that they have to make.
Or if you can do damage to me, just saying.
Oh my
I think
god.
Eden has a pretty cool backstory here. I do agree, Evil looks.
Everyone does.
That's
I think I
Liliana.
agree.
That's me.
Yeah.
Hi.
I know. I think in my mind, I was looking at you in the Discord, but obviously you cannot see that I'm looking at you. So it's like, of course I know. I was looking at you. It was obvious.
I was definitely looking at you and only you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. Then
It's really warm now after all those push-ups and sit-ups.
Right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I
it's
totally
like
haven't like
30
half taken
degrees
my
Celsius
jacket off.
in Spain. I want to
Yeah,
melt
actually.
and die right now. And with the PC and all of that, it's
Hot.
melting hot. Yeah. Which,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm used to being hot, but not like this.
So what I'm hearing is that we're probably going to do a pool episode. We're gonna have a beach episode.
Beach
Yay!
episode,
I mean,
yes.
I wanted to do the beach episode for the longest time.
Mhm.
We're all gonna go to the beach. It's gonna be great. Anime interlude.
I mean,
I
I'm
can't
fine
wait for
with
the
that. I like beach
tournament art.
episodes.
Question for all.
Oh.
Oh, music said bye.
Yep. What is the
Yeah.
thing that would trigger your character to go on a rampage or make them ignore their normal morals they have?
Okay, let's go one by one. Valmir,
Yeah.
you there?
Oh,
question?
probably hurting children or his family in general.
Nice. Liliana?
I think the thing that
Existing?
would make her I think the thing that would make her rage the most is probably finding the person just known as the stranger to her, because they're pretty much the whole reason that she ended up here and became what she is. So if she ever meets that person, she's going to disregard her party, disregard everybody else around her, and she's going to just go for them.
Take
regardless of
notes,
what
take
it is.
notes!
Take notes.
Take notes, DMs!
Oh,
Ooh,
we
what are all
lost.
of your alignments as well after
lost
that?
Because the
the-
music
Before that,
died.
then Duraxis and Relic answer the question because I think it's a really interesting one, and then we answer the alignments.
I believe that Duraxis is chaotic good. I would need to double check what I said, but that's how I've been playing him.
Oh, music.
Is chaotic good.
There we go.
Well, question was, what would trigger them to go on a rampage and ignore their morals?
Yeah.
I mean,
What will break you, basically?
Well, ignoring your more, I mean, I don't know. I feel like as a characters in general, like, you know, we have morals that we follow because they make sense, and then morals we follow because we believe they're the things to do. And I don't think that there's a lot of things that, I don't know.
We will find out. Maybe you don't know it now, but maybe there's
Sure.
something in there hidden that maybe does that. Who knows? Maybe we will explore that. Maybe next session.
Maybe.
Maybe. So, and for Relic,
Yeah, what would make you go
I'd-
rampage?
I'd say it would probably be betrayal. He's very weary of like new people and everything like that, and for him to start trusting something, or for someone else to betray even another person's betrayal, it would be like him kind of like his fears of what people are like coming true. So he would just freak out in that sense.
makes sense. Makes sense. I think it's interesting to explore that. So that makes sense also for what you did to Ernest then.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
Yeah.
if there's anything that would make Diraxis do something he normally wouldn't do, it's, like hurting innocent people. Like the Jackal, he had zero pity for Ernest at all. He still has zero. You know, he was talking about how he's like, well, you know, like we're born this way, we don't have a choice. It's like, no, fuck you. You have a choice. Like I was born in a place in like a society that was just awful, and I did what
I was created
I
for war.
did what I did to
It's not the Peace Corps, that's for sure.
to escape, and I fought for my freedom, and I fought for my right to be and choose the kind of person that I am, and not because it was dictated to me. And so he sees him as extra pathetic because he, when faced with a choice to choose who he actually was, chose to be a coward. So,
Yep. A good
Yeah.
response. So, your alignments. First question to answer. Do you have any established alignment? Because, for example, for me as a GM and also when I do my characters,
Chaotic
I
evil.
like that the alignments exist, but I do not make them thinking about it's a chaotic neutral, so I'm gonna act like one. It's because I think it's more complex than just 6 possibilities.
I think it
But
helps
you always
inform
think-
how your character thinks, to think about an alignment that they kind of are around.
yeah,
But
it
it's
kind
not
of helps.
it's not the
a
end
little
all
bit.
be all for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So with that said, Palmir, what would you say that your alignment will be, or it's more leaning towards?
He's definitely not either chaotic nor evil, but otherwise, pretty much anything neutral would work. Like not lawful neutral, neutral good, true neutral. All of those would sort of work for him. Maybe neutral good, maybe true neutral, somewhere around that.
So the neutral would for me
That's
makes
what I
sense
would
for
guess.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could argue lawful since he's a follower of Tempus, but he's not like a cleric. He doesn't follow every strict rule.
Mhm.
So I don't think it would have to mean he's lawful, but you could argue it. But somewhere around those parts.
All right. So Lillian, an interesting one. What would you say your alignment is actually?
Right now, as far as Lily's story go, I have like an idea of her storyline, and definitely she's going to be a dynamic character where her alignment is constantly going to be changing.
I love
As
those.
of right now, I would put her more towards chaotic neutral. She will definitely she doesn't necessarily do things in favor of the party or in favor of herself. She's kind of doing whatever feels good at the time, whatever she thinks will get, what she'll get the most out of. But she's definitely more along the chaotic as to she's prone to impulse and sort of whatever the situation calls
It's
for.
kind of gloomy, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I agree. I agree with what you're saying, and I think you're playing Liliana as such. So, Duraxis, what do you think is your alignment, or what do you believe you're more inclined?
Oh,
to?
I think it's probably, definitely chaotic. I would say it hovers between chaotic good and chaotic neutral. Probably more
Okay.
chaotic.
So like in middle ground,
Yeah,
like not
good.
super good, but
I
leaning
think
towards good.
his sense of good is derived as a response to, like, think about, like, you have a kid that was like raised a certain way and they hated that, and so like they do a lot of the things they do opposite in response to
So
that.
every teenager
I
in the
kind of
world.
see it as like the way that he acts is in response to the way that drow typically act. And so I think he does a lot of things on purpose to be like to like play against that type.
So
And
if
so
low are lawful evil, you're gonna try to be a chaotic good as much as you can.
yeah, like for example, like when he got the opportunity to steal from that kid in the shop, he's like
Multiple times.
multiple times. He's like a drow would do this like in a second, but like as convenient as it would be, he's like, I'm going to show the world that one, all drows aren't the same, and two, each individual has a responsibility to choose who they are rather than like
Yeah, that's
use your race as an
determinism.
excuse to be whatever.
Exactly. Not determined by your race or any other.
So he probably leans more towards good than he otherwise
Good.
would if he was a different race, because
I think you're leaning towards
he's
good.
fighting against
You're not
that
like
type.
Maria Teresa de Calcutta. You're not Gandhi, but you're obviously good for what
Yeah.
you're doing. Maybe a
That's
little
kinda
bit
how
more
I see
neutral. Like in the spectrum, you're like a little bit in the middle.
Yeah.
And Relic, for you, what do you think?
I think I'm leaning towards lawful neutral. I definitely have like a set of rules that I look out for and that I follow. But as far as the way I like act out those things, I don't think I lead towards like helping everyone I see like good and like causing harm. I think I'm still trying to figure out where I fit in between all of that and trying to learn about the world more. So I think I'm a bit neutral in that sense.
Mm-hmm. All right. I agree with you. I think you're playing it like such. And also makes sense for a workforce to be lawful. You're like programmed this way, at least for now. Let's see if you can change it. Or if you want to change it, who knows? So, next question. Who are some of your favorite D&D streamers, podcasts? All that. Since we're running out of time, we can do like, without much of an explanation, just a little list. For me, the ones that I listen the most, I'm gonna include YouTubers because it's what I hear the most and what I enjoy the most. It's gonna sound a little bad, but when I want to fall asleep and I want to be relaxed, I really like Mr. Rex because he told me about lore, and I really like his voice, very soothing voice. I really like Mr. Rex for that. Ginny D, I think she's an awesome creator. Also, one of the few feminine voices in the D&D community, and I think it's really important to support that. And regardless of that she's a female D&D creator, she's great as a creator without anything else taking anything else in consideration. So I think she's great. She's really good cosplayer, really, really creative person, and I like the way she thinks about D&D. And I guess that also that I admire too, maybe Jess Jacto. I wouldn't say it's D&D itself, but he does a lot of art, D&D related, and he's now making a module, which we want to have new races and all of that. And I think he's an amazing creator, and he draws like heaven. It's really good, a really good artist. So yeah, those are my three.
Very nice.
I'm always a fan of Adventure Zone, just because I really enjoy My Brother and Me. So I'm a huge fan of like all of their things, Schmanners, just like not D&D related. Definitely check out Sawbones. That's medical history and it's really interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Critical Role, actually. That might be a little bit, heinous to say.
I never saw much of them. I think I would enjoy them, but never got into it because those are some long episodes. But I think they finished this last season, so maybe next game I can get into it. Who knows?
Yeah,
they do one, I guess. So,
but my main problem with Critical Role is a lot of people, I've probably heard of like the Matt Mercer effect. I
Yes.
feel like it's very hard for people to like, they want their games to be like Critical Role, and that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people are professional voice
hard.
actors, and like, for example, we are not professional voice actors.
Nope.
We're just
Mm.
kids
We're
out here
just-
having fun.
We're just
Yeah, I have
people.
a range of voices really limited, but I do what I can with them, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
everyone else is doing that.
I think
Yeah,
the
Matt
thing
knows
with
a lot about this.
the thing with Critical Role, I think the good things it's done for the community is it showcased like to a wider audience than would normally happen because of the quality.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people getting exposed to it, and yeah, there's some people that get hung up on like, oh, like that's what D&D is supposed to look like. But I think that they have been a big part of why 5e has been so successful is because
They've been great for
yeah, I mean they've crossed barriers in terms of like people that wouldn't normally be like, oh, that's not that like interested in D&D or like exposed to it, and I think that that's good. But yeah, I mean you have to really think about like, you know, okay, like these are professionally trained voice actors. I mean, like Matt Mercer is an incredible DM. All these players
Yeah.
like
are incredible
they,
players.
you know, like I mean, being a voice actor is more than just like being able to do a voice. Like there's
Well, they're
all
actors.
these. I mean, they're actors. I mean, they have to
On
like
their own right.
think
Yeah.
about all these kind of things, and so it's just a higher quality. But I think it showcases what D&D can be, and I think it inspired a lot of people, and I think that's cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
you have to
it's-
keep in mind that, you know, like
Yeah,
that's
it's
a
more
very
like
specific
an
kind of thing.
exception to the D&D community. Those are not the people that are gonna be for the nerdies only, but it's also gonna convert people into
Exactly.
like
Mhm.
D&D.
Yeah.
They are really good. Obviously, they are really popular, but obviously it also comes that people take that, and it's like if I see, I don't know, the best artists, for example, of League of Legends artists or some other artists, and I expect everyone to draw like them, to some professional people. You always have to take your expectations a little bit down and know that the games are different between each group, and sometimes they're not gonna look like they do in Critical Role, and it's fine. And not only fine, but sometimes can be even more fun for you and for your group if it's not
Yeah.
like that.
One
Right.
yeah.
one YouTuber / podcast that I really like is the Dungeon Cast. When I got into D&D, they have like probably 300 episodes on all these various topics, like monsters. They have different races, different classes, and they're about like 40 minutes each. And I used to do like a lot of driving, and so I would just like listen to one on like a race of creature, and you get all the D&D lore, and it's super interesting, and it's, you know, it helps inform your, you know, not every world is like exactly like that, but it kind of, it helps, it gives you a basis of like kind of where to draw from, and especially if you're a DM.
Feature Rex in that sense.
Especially if you're
you
a
know
DM.
about it in Forgotten Realms, you can take inspiration from that. That
Yeah.
helped me a lot, knowing more about Forgotten Realms lore and creatures. So I can say, wow, that's a really good plot hook that I can use for mine and change it if I want it and things like that.
Yeah, and they go back to like all the editions, so like they'll go through all of them. So like the
that's
history
cool.
of like, you know, and how it's changed, and it's pretty good. So anyway, we're getting pretty close to the time we said we would,
So, yeah.
we'd cut off.
Mhm.
Liliana's graduating, so she's got a
Yes.
graduation.
Oh,
so
yes.
so
Everyone is
spam,
graduating.
so
because-
spam
Yes,
congratulations
I'm
in
graduating.
the chat, everyone.
Get some
So
congratulations in the
Thank
chat.
you.
so
It's been a long 5 years, and for everybody else in school, you can fucking do it.
yeah.
Don't do drugs. Or
Don't
do drugs.
Well, do a
But
little.
study them.
Yeah.
you go.
Do
I mean,
pharmaceuticals, not drugs.
Yes.
Yeah, do grades, not drugs. But if you're gonna do drugs, at least major in chemistry, like I did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know
Alright.
the enemy and you know how to defeat
So,
them.
and just to know, schedules are changing. So this session, the Hunter's Harvest, is actually going to be moved to Monday. So actually, instead of Fridays, it's going to be on Monday. So just keep that in mind. It's going to start the same time, but it's just going to be on Monday from now on. And we'll be doing something different on Fridays. But if you want to catch this campaign again, it'll be this next Monday, and then each concurring Monday after that. So
Exactly. So yeah, it's gonna be only 3 days until we do that. Well, 2 days this
Yeah,
weekend, and we were gonna do this the Hunter's
we're
Harvest
going. We're
again.
going back.
So if you all
So-
enjoy what we did today, we're gonna do much more next session.
Catch us
and
on
who
Monday.
knows? Maybe some more action around.
Give us
Yeah.
a like, give us a subscribe, give us your money.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's really important.
Stop and take my money.
For Delver stream as well.
Yeah, Delver stream.
Wednesday, Delver
The
stream.
other one is on Wednesdays, so that isn't changing. So, all right, guys,
Thank you very much
take
for
care.
coming, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.